Good evening, builders. Sorry for the late notification there. I went and made my stream and was sitting here waiting for the timer to run down, and then I realized I didn't give anyone a warning, so my apologies there. We're gonna play some more Song of Six today. I did listen to my own stream a little bit, and I did find that the music was a little loud, so I'm gonna bring that down just a smidgen more tonight, I think. If that is too quiet, let me know. Maybe that's just my perception of it. We are back with the same settlement we've been working on here. Been going pretty well. I've made it further in this one than I ever have in another city, so this is definitely a learning experience. To start with, this is our location. We are here, not that army. We are here with the builders, kind of in this little, I don't even know what you'd call this. I think we're between like a sea and a lake, if I remember right. Could be wrong about that. Although we are not on either one of those. We're on this river bend here. We've been making friends and trading with Darfin quite a bit. And other than that, we haven't really had a lot of world map experience. We do have a couple kind of empire-y things near us that make me a little bit nervous. Some big fish, as it were. Hopefully that'll be okay. We'll see, I suppose. A little quick tour here. We started in this little box canyon, kind of having the river behind us, and we had to tunnel out. We made a little temporary tunnel, and then we've made a bigger tunnel to allow us to travel back and forth. We have set ourselves up with some housing blocks here. We've gotten into carpentry in a relatively big way, although frankly we keep having to sit around and wait for furniture, so maybe more of that would do nicely. We've recently added a new warehouse here. This is going to be in charge of lumber and furniture. That'll be our main warehouse for that, and I'm going to need to figure out poles, and we're going to have to pull from here. So I think something like, well, I'll talk about that in a future spot here. We have got all the different temples in here. I did do a little bit more reading. I dinked around a little bit more after stream, just playing in another save file just to look around. And I think that some of these are not a good idea. He mouses over this one. It sounds like we kind of actually do have some religious mechanics. We're just not there yet. So I think I'm going to let the mistake play here, and we will learn as we go why this is probably not a good idea. Beyond those, we have our lavatories. We've got some janitors here. I also was thinking about a different design. Later on, we're going to need this janitor to be able to have access to some materials for repairs. I think we should design a laboratory janitor tiny warehouse, and we would have the tiny warehouse hold the things that the janitor would need to do repairs. I don't think I'm quite to the point where I'm going to try to fix that mistake, but just keeping that in mind, that I kind of recognize that I think we could grab some efficiency. It's not such a big deal here, but like over here, if this guy needs furniture, there's no furniture over here. So he would have to walk all the way over there to get some, if he'll even do that. I don't even know if he will. So definitely something I need to think about. We were learning a little bit more about services, and like here, I've got some red, which means I need another well here. So there is something we should work on probably right away. In fact, let's not even wait around for that one. We'll grab a well. Where do I want this? I think this area is gonna change. All right, we'll just dump one there for now, and we'll see if that fixes that problem. Are you okay over here? No, you're not. So if I remember right, red means there was somebody who wanted the service and they couldn't get it. This is surprising to me here. Maybe it's because I don't have my roads in properly. Let's try that and see if that fixes that problem. It may not. We may just need another pool over there already. Towards the end of last time, we did get our clay pit built. We built this pretty large, I thought, but we've already got 25 clay diggers, and we have 0 clay in storage. So we are eating all of our clay in this laboratory already, I guess. So I don't know about that. We don't have another easy clay. Our next clay is on the other side here. If I come down here and we go to mines, clay pit, Yeah, we have another clay pit, but this isn't going to be as productive as the other one. So food for thought on that. I would like to get some pottery going here. That's one of our goals. We also need to get cloth going because our people would like to have cloth in their buildings. So wood, furniture, cloth, jewelry, and pots. So pot and cloth is pretty doable. I don't think we're anywhere near jewelry. We did set up a very respectful cemetery, so that should be good to go. We have some food. Our food is okay. Our first kind of big project is I need to get some water over here. We need to be irrigating this for various reasons, but for sure we need to get going on that. We've got one bakery set up. It seems to be doing just fine. Our bread is pretty high. Yeah, we got a decent amount of grain. We've both been harvesting and we have been buying a little bit of grain here and there. We also just set up this hunter, which has skyrocketed our meat and doing a good job on that. I would like to research arcs, which will give us meat and leather. So that would be rather nice. Maybe we could have these guys help with the leather. I don't know on those ones. Again, we set up a much better plaza, in my opinion, over here. Looking pretty good. We are handing out, he says that confidently. Yeah, we're handing out various goods here. We are providing various foods here. I'm not liking that I'm seeing this red stuff here. That's making me a little nervous. Okay, beyond those, okay, I did a little poking around the menu. Coming into our population and our people, this button. This is what I was looking for and I just could not find last time. So this is the humans and the various likes and dislikes here. So we don't care about ocean, we don't care about fresh water, we're okay in the mountains, we're okay in the forest, we'd prefer open land, we're okay in the cold, we'd prefer temperate, we're okay in the heat. We are okay with most people, we don't really care about the tilapia. Other than them, we're okay. We have a pretty darn even religious spread, at least at the start. We would like bread, meat, mushrooms, and eggs. So we are currently meeting 2 of those preferences. And we like piva and sheda, but I'm not producing any of that yet. We're not quite there. For buildings, I was right, basically, I think, that wood is 3 up, stone is 4 up. So we actually would prefer to live in stone. And we would actually prefer to live in a grand building. So maybe we'll look at doing some stone constructions instead of the wood in the future. I still would have started with wood anyways because stone is a little bit limited compared to my flood of wood here. For pool type, we'd really like some actual pools. We don't have anything like that unloaded. We are absolutely obsessed with this plaza. We do not have plazas available. Paved road is something we might be able to do. Brick road. I thought there was a cobblestone. Sacred path. Maybe not. Okay, so maybe we would look at a paved road. Compared to the... I guess dirt road just doesn't even register? No, here it is. 1 up. That would be quite a bit more. And I believe Shinosuke told us that this actually has a faster walk speed. So I feel like that would probably be... Yeah, we like paved more than we like bricked. I don't know what the difference is. And then here's various things that we like to do. And then if we scroll way down here, here is employment. And I think this means how much we like doing those things or how good we are at them. So that's just a little overview of humans that I was able to find in here. Was there anything else? I think that's basically what we got out of that. It doesn't show everything, but I think that's the main gist there. Okay, let me catch up on chat here, and then we will get rolling. Good evening, Miles and Henry. The man, the myth, the legend will welcome in Aru and Droog. 0-second warning, I'm in. Yeah, sorry about that. That was totally my bad. I've been sitting here waiting for the countdown to go down, and I totally spaced. Oh, well, you're welcome in, Wolf. And you made it 3 hours and 35 minutes in the first video. That's all right. That's all right. The VOD will last forever. Just put that on repeat before you go to bed. Project for this stream is moving the pastures out. Yeah, the pastures are also another thing we need to do. I do believe the pastures like moisture, so that kind of coincides with our canal project. Take control of the river. It will benefit you a lot. I don't know what you mean by take control of the river. Day 2 of asking for fish. Well, you may be asking a long time on that one. He who controls the rivers control the world. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. Okay. I think I'm all caught up. Let's get a little bit focused here. So, okay, I did have a thought that I just wanted to double check. A water pump. This does pump directly out of... Yeah, okay. This isn't a well pump. This is specifically a pumping out of river thing. So if we want to get water into this area, I mean, frankly, this is a lot closer despite the work required. Yeah, I think that is the case. And I'm kind of thinking that we're just gonna run it. In fact, maybe this pool's in a bad spot. Maybe we'll just run the canal right here, just below this road. And then either we go up into here and then out, or we just pop out down here. I'm not 100% certain which one makes more sense to me. This is not... I do kind of want to get rid of this. The thing is, I don't even care about these animals. We're just keeping the livestock alive. And I didn't really leave my place. I should have left a spot here that we could get a canal out. We could put it there, but I don't know. It looked kind of janky. I think we're coming in south of this paddock, as weird as that is. And if we're doing that, I probably will just go right here, because I can put it between buildings. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. Also, okay, I can make larger water pumps. That was something I was wondering about. Okay, so I assume it probably makes more sense to build a giant one than it would to make a bunch of tiny ones. So one giant water pump. Does it matter where I put it? This tells me that I'm okay. And I think I'm only getting cut off via our road. Yeah. So as long as those 3 squares at the right side have blue, it looks like we're good to go. Hey, Owen, how's it going? Been a little while. 1 million aqueducts. Yeah, that is going to be the plan. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone saying that's a disastrous idea. So I think it's going to go right here. It's a little bit of a shame because it's going to kind of be in the way of other projects, but it just is what it is. And I'm not seeing any difference between placing it there or actually in the water. I think that just counts as having enough water in that square. And it does kind of matter because that's a lot of water pressure moving it even that far that we would lose. All right, I'm gonna build it here, and if it doesn't work, we'll just move it. So that is gonna be pretty stupid expensive. We're gonna have to give that some time. 80 stones. I guess we could get started on some canal work. So water, canal. So we're gonna need one here. I've already messed up this road, so what the heck, why not? We'll do some more messing up. And then, what do I want to do for this? I think we're just committing to having an icky canal in here. We're definitely not making a multiple wide canal. All right, so we're gonna go all the way up to here. Now, we could tunnel through this. And frankly, that's probably worth it, because otherwise I'm going to go all the way up here just to come right back down. So let's actually not do that portion. We're going to just immediately go into here. I think I'm okay with that. Now, I assume we're gonna need to repair the canal at some point. So I think we're actually gonna make a 2-wide tunnel through here. We'll have one that has a road on it as a maintenance tunnel, and we'll have one that actually has the canal. And it has the side benefit of we're gonna need this stone anyways to build the canal itself. Leave some space for canal and culverts. Are you saying I should give this a little bit more of a back off? Like maybe that? If I'm understanding what you're saying here correctly. Right now, I guess I could see maybe pumping a little bit of water up into here. So maybe that does make sense. But like I said, this is the furthest I've ever been. Mistakes will be made. So we're just gonna have to accept that, and we will learn together. Hey, look at that. I managed to dodge all the plants. Didn't even do that on purpose. Yep, I managed to thread the needle there, Eric. Don't worry, your opiates are safe. Okay, so that's going to be a project, and I do kind of want this to be actively worked on. So, excuse me, using something else we learned, I'm going to go ahead and place a workstation, and I think I'm going to place one on both sides. Just one, just so somebody's kind of sort of working on it. Maybe we'll come back and we'll add some more depending on what we're working on. Okay, what else? Yeah, our very respectful cemetery. I'm very proud of that. Oh, the other thing I did is I rushed through, like I said last night, after I grabbed a quick cool-down shower after stream. I played with the trade a little bit, and you guys are correct. I do think that we should actually be running an export and an import depot. I think we should do this. So I'm going to drop one. I think I'm dropping it out here. I did not build this area with this in mind. I didn't think this was going to be as big as it's already gotten. Another lesson learned. I want to export some of the rando stuff that we are getting, like from here. And I can't add... Okay, hang on. Can I retrofit this? What is the button for that? No, no, no. Yeah, refurbish room. All building progress will be lost and all employees fired. Okay, I'm gonna click the button and I'm gonna really hope that bad things don't happen. What I really just need, I just need a door to the other side really badly. Okay, and that doesn't ruin the insulation. I can even have two. Construct. Okay. Hopefully that will get done really quick. I'm not going to put down a ton of orders until that's done, because now that means I can put some stuff over here, like the trade depot. Yeah, I have some regrets about this place. It looks better, but it's not properly spaced to what it really should be. It is what it is. Okay, I think we're gonna let's let some time flow while we're still talking. Right, we're working on the pottery place. Are you guys holding on to? I can't really tell. Do we have internal? Is there a way to see what is inside the pottery? Like, am I just missing how much clay is in here, or do they only just grab it and immediately stick it inside? I'm not certain. Right, we are making some pottery. Okay, we are digging up a storm here, but I feel like we are not producing nearly enough. You have an employee? You do. Okay, I guess it is what it is. No, I was gonna say, where's my builder swarm? And here they are. Yeah, let's let that get done, and then we need to remember to come back and check on this pool again. Don't you just hate it when you're sick and you just lay in the middle of the road? God, that's the worst. And our furniture stores are going full hog. Okay. Another question is, we're gonna need cloth. Originally, I was thinking that we would just use leather for clothing, but if we're gonna have to do a cloth industry anyways, maybe we just do cotton. kind of want to get another set of fields before we do that, though. Yeah, and I kind of want this to get done so I can visually see the water. Okay, let's bring this up to normal speed for me. All right. We're also waiting to get to 30 technology to try to snag the library. I was told that's really important. Yeah, we just need 30 innovation. Okay, so that's going to be our next unlock. Now, can we get there, though? I'm not 100% sure that we can. Okay, so innovation plus 25. 5 days ago, 0 days ago, we're at 40. I guess it's still going up. I'm not sure how to read this. I guess it's still going up, so I guess we'll be patient. Tis what it is, and tain't what it tain't. Now that happens over here in the toilets. Okay, 80 furniture, we have 55. That's gonna take a hot minute. Did we get those doors in? We did. Okay. Good, good. Okay, so let me... What am I gonna do here? I didn't do this right. Alright, I'm gonna give you a little alley. Why are you just... Oh, is he just having to reshift everything because it got undesignated for a second? Oh my goodness. That poor man. That poor man. Alright. Is what it is. Okay, and then back here... I'm gonna want some stuff. I want the trade stuff here. I want at least one of them. Probably both of them for now. So let's do... Shoot, what was that? Logistics. We're gonna have a export depot. No. Export depot. And we're... Oh my goodness, why am I... And an import depot. There we go. Just a normal sized one and one. This way we could be exporting like the opiates, which we're not being able to store it all. And we could export like the herbs until we're ready to use them. And we could import probably just some grain for now. Or maybe even just some extra furniture or something. We have like no cash at the moment. Okay, stone sitting around. No. Okay, we're still getting reds. It says 16.5 load, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I am not sure about that. We have 10 free houses. Okay, nice job, actually, guys. That was way quicker than I thought it would be. Canals and selling opiates. Yeah, well, let's hope we don't have to have any opium wars. Okay, yeah, they're working on it. Yeah. I still don't feel like these guys are getting me nearly enough play. We're not making, like, any progress here. Alright. Give me 5 more. I want to see my clay going positive, and it's not. It's basically just treading water. We also are not full employing in here. Yeah, we can put way more in here, and I don't think we're full employing this either. Yeah, we can put way more in here. Okay, our science did go up. Now you're probably telling me that we don't have the clay. And now we just got some clay. Okay, clay seems to be a problem still. Okay, which would... I kind of want some more people, which would mean I would need a new house. I guess we could do 10 more. That takes us to 200, though. And 200 is going to make some other things unlock that I don't think I'm ready for. I think we're going to gamify this a little bit and not go to 200. But, now hear me out. What if we went to like 199? What if we went to 199? So we don't get the unlock, but we have most of the population. Nope, I'm sorry, I can't pay taxes. We have only 199 people here, not the 200 that are required for that. That's true, Union. 199 is less than 200. I did take all the way through statistics 2 in college, so I can verify that. Yeah, we do have some swords that we were gifted. I think they're, what are those called? Flax? Something like that. But I don't want to trigger that yet because that's going to be a whole bunch of other things we need. And we haven't really caught up. Like, we need this water put in for sure. And I kind of want a little more science before we do that. Although we are definitely going to peak out here pretty soon. All right, yep. Come in and swear loyalty. Okay, another thing I didn't check. Do humans dislike noise? And I don't know the answer to that. So if we go here, what would that be? Environment? Okay, I guess we don't care about roundness or squareness, if I'm reading this correctly. We like space. Higher value equals more fulfillment. I don't know what space is. I assume that means we have kind of big rooms, maybe? Okay, and we do have noise, but does this mean we like noise or we don't like noise? This is disliked by plebeians. Higher value, less fulfillment. Okay, so I did think about that. I believe this makes a bunch of noise. Is there a way to see that? Noise. Okay, nope, my double wall's keeping it nice and insulated. Okay, that's good. We make a lot of noise at our pottery and our mine. A whole bunch at the bakery. I've never considered bakeries particularly noisy, if I'm being honest. When I was a kid, we used to have the like local, I don't want to call it a gaming shop because it wasn't, but like collectible shop that happened to sell collectible card games. It shared a building with a bakery. I loved going into that shop. It was so good. It didn't smell like gamer, it smelled like fresh baked bread. I think they were onto something. Henry can confirm he's a human, he hates noise. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. All these new houses going in near where I live. I miss the old days when there was like nobody around. Okay, the canal tunnel looks like it's going well. What are you waiting on? Furniture? And actually not that much. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll continue this. Your favorite game shop had a coffee sandwich shop. Yeah, nice. Bakeries are noisy when they explode. Well, to my knowledge, we have not had a bakery explosion yet. The strictest safety measures over in Bakery 001. Okay, we also could just import some cloth, but if I'm not really able to do it sustainably, maybe that's not a good plan. Okay, get to work, guys, get to work. Oh, must be fall. We're collecting the stuff. Getting the herbs. Yeah, we really need to get those opiates sold. Do you need to build an intake canal for the pumps? That's news to me. Are you saying that I need to build canal on this side of this structure? My understanding was because that was in the moist area, it would be fine. So what you're saying is I need to do this, like that. Waiting with bated breath. I do appreciate that they can build their own little pathway, but you can really see that slowdown when they have to walk there. Probably should also put this road in before I make it even worse. Probably should do that. you're still in range. You're still getting work done. Okay, here we go. So, export depot. So we need to go get an export treaty with this guy. I don't think we set that up. Let me see. Diplomacy. No, we did. Okay, we do have a trade agreement. Dominions trained me very well to hit escape. All right, export depot. We want to export. Let's start with our opiates. And this is traders, radius. Okay, priority limit. When an export depot has priority fetch enabled, it will fetch from a storage site that does not have priority fetch enabled, but only if the total goods in the warehouse exceeds this limit. Okay, I don't want to save any of these right now, so just whatever works fine. Where is this priority fetch? Full source. Prioritize. Fetch. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, we're just exporting all the opiates right now. All right, we'll let that have a little bit of time, and then it can do something. I'm not going to build this road here because I'm going to put some other stuff here. So this road's going to have to come up and around, and I just don't know what it's going to be yet. Instead of growing cotton, why not raise the sheep and collect the wool? We don't have anyone who's good at animal husbandry. We are less miserable at crops, is my understanding, and I don't have the tech yet. So a double whammy on that one. Oh, I see flowing water. Okay, so I guess I was misunderstanding because this does work without putting an input canal. Now, at the moment, do we need 24 people working here? Absolutely not. We want, like, you can have one. You can have one. They're having so much fun right now. All right, how much water is this going to provide, actually? Let's just pause. Okay, so we can do 600. If I understand this correctly, it's 1 pressure per square. So we are already... We're already probably using like 100 to get to here. So 600 does seem like that was actually relatively appropriately sized. Okay, cool. Well, that's a little bit easier than workers and resources, I'll tell you that. Okay, we're gonna check this. Okay, it's still showing that people are kind of thirsty up here. If I'm interpreting this right. All right, that's fine. Now let's make sure we're leaving the proper space. In fact, fill me that before I make more mistakes. We've already made enough of them up here. Go ahead and put that in. Rip bit rate. That is not me. I don't know. It sounds like some of the people back east are having some problems. There also could be between me and the ingest server, and then the ingest server and the rest of you. We're having a lot of flooding up here, so I could see there being issues. From me to YouTube is all right at the moment, though. It makes me very sad when you guys have problems. Oh, the in-game rain. I did notice we did lose 1 frame in there. And we did at the end of last stream, we had a few. These are rendering frames that were dropped, not connection frames. So there's nothing I can do about that. That's their game engine. Yeah, I'm up in the Pacific Northwest, Henry. I don't really say beyond that, but it's very wet. Very wet up here. Not having any problems here? Where are you at, Broad? Okay, we need some more housing. Can I spare the workforce, though? Probably. We only need like 4 people working on the canal project. Bigfoot country. Okay, maybe we do that. Okay, I did also do some testing for what people were trying to tell me about the houses. If we go in the house, let's do some house. So what people were trying to get me to do was use this. And I think we end up with the same. So I can't count like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This would be far more efficient if we did it this way. This is 6 houses and we can save almost enough room for a 7th. So we will add a 7th. Yeah, this is gonna be janky. It is what it is, gentlemen. It is what it is. So 7 more apartments and it will put an interior wall. I wanted it to have one. The blueprint doesn't look like they do. That was my confusion. So we'll do that. Another pretty large housing block going in. That's gonna be what? Are these 5 people each? Yeah, so that's 70 more people when that gets built. Philip says, been to Seattle once. Awesome view flying in. Yeah, it's very pretty up here. Back in Connecticut. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my only complaint, well, I have many, but the only one I'll voice, it does suck being in West Coast time zone. It's like the worst time zone to stream when I get off of work. In the summer, it's actually pretty convenient because I can kind of sleep in, not have to wake up super early. I can start streaming at a time that's pretty good for the rest of the world. But I start at 6 p.m. my time when I stream on weeknights when I'm working, and like everyone's already going to bed everywhere. So it's not the most friendly stream time, unfortunately. All right, we're still working on this. I guess we could start on the other end canal. So put me in that much. Put me in that much. Keeping these builders busy. All right, we getting clay? Okay, we are finally stockpiling a little bit of clay. 28. I feel like we're not going to hit 30 with what we're currently doing. Let's add 1 scientist. I got to be careful here because our pop's kind of on control at the moment. With the well on the farm plaza. So you're saying that they can't path, they'd have to go all the way around to get here? Yeah, they're cutting through there just fine. Yeah, he just cut through that. Yeah, I don't know what this is telling me. This is telling me that there's somebody here who wanted the service and couldn't get it. I don't know. I definitely have a contiguous road, so even if you had to stay on the road, you could get here. No one's complaining, so maybe I'm just being too paranoid. Hey, Shinosuke? Nod says this is the best time to stream. Yeah, says the people who are here. Imagine how big the streams could be if I could start like 3 hours earlier. Don't worry, the bed will be shat at some point. Well, great. I would be alright if we held off on that. Okay. They are very aggressively building this piece of canal. I like that. The mining is what's going to take us the longest. We're also not getting as much stone. Maybe they're just carrying it away when I'm not paying attention. We're full on stone, so I guess I don't need to worry about it. Where is... Okay, and 33 clay. Okay, our furniture is still really slow. I'm really tempted to drop another one of these. We don't have the population for it, though. We're gonna turn this into the IKEA empire pretty soon. Ooh, and this year's harvest. 235, 230, 243, 208. Okay, I'm really curious to see what this is going to turn into when we water it. I went over some of the stuff at the beginning of stream, Shinosuke. If I missed something, you'll have to let me know. But yes, it was helpful. Thank you. All right, now did you guys surge? Okay, yeah, they did. They went up to two haulers. And we have 1,000 room for grain, and we only grew about 1,000, so that's perfect. Oh boy, this is not what you would want to be harvesting grain in heavy rain. They do a lot of alfalfa around where I live, and we always joke that if you want it to rain, somebody needs to cut their alfalfa, because inevitably it will rain on it and ruin it. Okay. Oh, look. He's bringing back a carcass. Nice. Good job, my friend. Okay, more apartments going in. What the heck is this? Let's cover that. Maybe that was the problem. It didn't like that dirt spot. Ugh, nature. Let's get that paved over quick. Okay, if I wanted to add a little warehouse here that would carry supplies that my janitor needs, right now, that would be stone, wood, and furniture. What else would we need in the near future? Cloth, maybe? That'd be... Wait, so stone, wood, furniture, cloth, iron someday? That'd be 5 things. Cut stone would be 6, maybe? Eric says, nothing worse than heavy rains right when you need the harvest, you need the stalks bone dry. Yeah, well. When I was a kid, my family, we used to actually do some hay. When I was a kid, I got to drive the truck so we could buck hay. Tall enough to reach the pedal, tall enough to drive. Okay, now, actually, we didn't pay attention to this, but I bet you this extra moisture is probably helping this pin out. It's hard to tell because this area already had some moisture in it. But you can kind of see here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks to be about 12 spaces. So really, I would want my fields to probably be 24 wide, and we would have a canal on both sides. Or maybe ever so slightly thinner than that if we want better water coverage. Maybe have it be 20. We'll see this when we get to an area that's dry, or drier, and it's easier to see. And why the heck is my phone just rattling away here? What? What? What do you want? I've sold an item on the Steam Community Market, guys. Phew, okay. Glad we covered that then. Okay. That's coming along nicely. Dollar. Yeah, I gotta make my 3 cents. So I gotta pay for these games somehow, guys. Yeah, if you guys would come and build this before they haul the stone away, that'd be great. Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you. Gotta get that limited edition Babel trading card. Come on, boys. Get this done. I kind of want to start other projects, but I also know that if I do that, it's going to divert all the labor away. Okay, we still have a bunch of opiates. Are we selling? Okay, we have somebody working here. Exporting the opiates. We're storing none of them, and we've sold none. All right, what's the problem here? Did it not like me clicking those? Oh, did I turn those off instead of turn those on? I bet. Yep. Okay, so they started on and I turned them off when I clicked. Got it. All right, boys, we're running the border with this one. Housing projects coming along nicely. Interesting that people are moving out here. I guess they like these because they're nicer than the flop houses. Yep, that's what it was, Eric. I guess it defaults to on. And I want to sell that off because we don't have enough storage for it. It's just rotting away. Are we feeling any better about this? Not really. Now, this makes sense to me, kinda, sorta. Maybe that's just distance, but I don't understand this. This should work by any means. Whether it's walking on road only, that should work. I guess we'll just put another pool in up here. It's fine, just I don't understand why that doesn't work. People prefer houses to apartments and lodges. Oh, okay. So apartments are not the best. Why would I build apartments? What would be the point of building an apartment if they're not as good as a house? Like, I understand that longhouses are just pure numbers. Okay, we didn't max out our grain storage, which is fine. Our bread is going down. What do you look like? Yeah, look at that. We are razor thin margins on the food production at the moment. Are we full employed here? Yes. Okay. Now that I think about this, we probably should have moved those over a little bit so we could put another bakery right here. I guess maybe another one goes right here. And is 6 the right number? Okay, let me ask this question. Is this consumption per day? Yes. Okay, so 50 grain a day. We get 1 grain harvest a year. Let's pretend that we're making 1,000 grain. 1,000 grain divided by 50. If it was 100, it would be 10. So it's going to be 20. So that's 20 days worth of baking. There are 4 days in a season, and there are 4 seasons. So that is 16 days. So we should, over time, see our grain go up a bit every single year. Does my math check out? Doing math on stream is dangerous for my health. But I feel like that's pretty solid napkin math. Houses have a higher capacity and are more space efficient. Different races have different preferences. Okay. Which race likes apartments? Bugs have weird lights. Okay. Seems like good math to you. Okay. I try to when I do mental math on stream, I try to make it very rounded and generic because I can keep those numbers in my head. We need low significant digits. How we doing? We gonna make it? Not for planting time, unfortunately. We're almost there. Pigmen like the apartments. Okay. Should have a net of 200. Yeah, okay. That's what my math was telling me. And we're not quite making 1,000 grain right now, so that checks out. That checks out. I would say we're at minimum making 800, and probably a little bit more than that. Yeah. And this should get better because we don't have good moisture over here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that crappy moisture. 70%, 64, 68, 68. So we should see like a 30, 35% increase if that's just a linear bonus. Once I can get some water over here. It's not going to be perfect because these are the wrong sizes too. I'm at the point where you're looking at preferences for your race. As a note, there's a material replace option that lets you just outright replace walls from wood to stone. Oh, okay. 0 labor cost. Oh, isn't that convenient? How come I had to pay labor when I had my bathroom redone? I was just replacing materials in there. That's a joke, as I just had some remodel work that had to be done. The bugs like longhouses. People after my own heart. Efficient, those bugs. Okay, we are slowly making a little bit of clay. A little bit. And we did get to 30 knowledge. Okay, so it was strongly suggested that I do the library. With no point of reference of my own, I will trust them and we will get the library. Do you wish to unlock the library? Yes. Okay, let's hit escape. That's gonna turn into the new bush check. What would a library be? It would be administration? Yepper dipper. Build library. Libraries produce knowledge used to unlock text. Libraries need to be manned indefinitely to combat the degrade of books. We need furniture and cloth. Okay. Okay, so cloth is rising rapidly. Canal project first, then cloth. The next 5 points, I think I want Oryx. Although, maybe I don't. Maybe we do get the Onks, and we make our fiber that way. No, let's go via this, via that. Are we any good at that? So, ranching, I believe is what this would be. No, animal something? No. What's the word I'm looking for? Do you like animal? Yes, no. Okay, I don't think this is actually the right section for that. This is something different. Okay, here we are. Onks pastures, fulfillment. There's no human shown? I guess it's the 50 and the 100? That doesn't seem right. Am I blind? There's no human shown here. I'm gonna assume that we're the 50 at fulfillment and we're the 100 at skill. So I guess we're not terrible at it. And I guess this is really weird. This seems like a bug. I see the 2 special races. I see the pig boys. I think it should be humans, and then I see the Dorans. So I think we have 50 and 110 here, which would collate with the up arrows. We are better at farming cotton, though. We are not better at doing any of the animals. So maybe we do farm it. Yeah, we did leave some room over there for extra pumps if we need them. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be good. This pump has 600 pressure. When I turn it all the way up. I have one dude just, I don't know why, because he really likes that pump. Okay, we're very slowly making it through here. I mean, I guess we could plan out this bit and get this worked on too. All right, this is gonna be awkward because I can't really fit what I want to fit in here. I think I'm just gonna bring the water here. All right, I was debating whether I'm gonna do some digging, but I don't think I will. Oh yeah, you can see, actually that's not as bad as I thought. Yeah, okay, so are we gonna do it all the way to here, or do we back it up? Yeah, let's just do it all the way. It's just a smidgen more stone at that point. All right, and then get me a road, and we'll just make a little spot you can cross right here. And I guess if we're doing that, Okay, we're gonna need to do a little more work here. Dig in the mountain. Yeah, we're gonna get a little side road here to be able to wiggle our way back here. All right, take that stone. Use you up real quick. Were you watching in chipmunk mode, Shinosuke? No. Okay, plenty of housing. The food situation will be better as soon as we get this in, although we're not going to see the full oomph of it yet. Actually, do I want to make this... I might want to make this bigger, because if I'm gonna snake the water out to get the water over here too. Let's dig one more in. So you're gonna come out. Yeah, that's fine. We'll have a 2 wide road as a side street, and then 1 space for the water. That should be the same distance either way. Maybe mine that out too. We're gonna need some stone anyways, so. The number of people at the pumping stations may be so high currently that you're getting offered. I only have one person playing on it, and it is providing water to here, which I believe, yeah, moisture 100%. I don't think this was at 100% before, so. This is helping something. The number of people working the pumps would net more food by working food. You might be right about that. This is definitely a learning stream though, and I need to see the water actually in action so I can impart it to my memory. So even if this isn't the most efficient thing ever, and we're gonna build more fields here too, so it's not like I'm gonna have half of this going to waste. Yes, yes, work. Still the same problem? Still the same problem. All right, let's get the road around the other side. Yeah, I did hear that. Very funny, very funny. And let's see if this changes anything. I'm curious. We got some extra space here. We'll put in some decorations or something in there. The lack of veins going north-south is one of those things that triggers OCD when I'm playing this. The road fixed the red on the right. In fact, everything seems to be fixed now. I have no explanation for that. I obviously do not understand that mechanic, but that did seem to be related to us adding some more road here. Okay. Also, we've sold all of our opiates. What else do we want to sell, if anything? I kind of want to sell off herbs. We're maxed out and we're not using them currently. Let's do it. We made 8.20k. We could buy something. I don't know if there's anything I want at the moment. We might buy some weapons here in a minute. We could buy some fiber, but yeah. We could bring in some booze. What else do we like to eat? Is there another food that I could just bring in that would make people happy? We could bring in some mushrooms or some eggs. The thing about the cloth is we're gonna need like cloth forever. I kind of need to make my own at some point. So I kind of just want to wait till I build up the industry. Maybe that's not worth it. Okay, this is actually good to go. I just need this piece to finish. We're getting there. All right, then let's go ahead and figure this out too. Never mind, we're not done digging out what I need dug out. And did you, hang on a second, did you not dig out what I wanted you? No, you're good. Just looks funny. Okay, so if I have you go like this. And then we come under there. Oh, this is so inefficient. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. Nah. Not even worth it. Alright. It is what it is. This is the legacy of learning. Lessons were learned for the future. Lessons were learned. Alright, you. To there. To there. To there. To there. We'll see if we want more road than that later. Did not know about roads over canals. Yeah, it lets them hop over. Because otherwise, don't you have to build a grate or something that needs metal? This is slower than walking on a road, though. In my test game, I was doing a canal down the middle. And I definitely noticed that they preferred to go around it if it wasn't too far. Run the canal through there, through the middle, you mean? Or you're talking here? I'm just gonna eat this inefficiency. I have learned much for next time. And who knows, like I said, maybe we'll rip those fields out at some point. Just like we're gonna totally rip this out. Trust me, guys. Okay, we're sitting on extra meat. Let's... You know, I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Like, it's just gonna go to waste. So let's do a little bit, and let's take this. So like, yeah, don't eat all my meat. Pulvers are expensive as hell by comparison. Yeah, that was my feeling on that too. Doesn't it need metal? That seems very expensive to me. Maybe we're just poors. So I need this. You're not even in range anymore. No, I don't need that anymore. And I bet you have the same problem. Alright, but we can solve that. What we're going to do is we're going to workstation there and there. Ah, you can stand on the workstation, so the workstation does not block. Okay, good to know. You had 25K. How fast was your game running? I watched an interview with the dev the other day, and he said like 12K was functionally the limit. Why are we still getting fart noises all the way over here? No one's pooping in the canal, are they? That is pretty ridiculous. Get it done, boys. Okay, another thing we could do is, I think it's time to have these veggies get out of the way. I do want another field. So, farms. Grain farm. Now, I want to try either 20 or 24 width. Maybe I just need to wait for the water to get here. I really want to see how far this moisture practically goes before I make that decision. And I need to see it over here for my small, smooth brain. Stop dancing. Start digging. Ilaria, I'm on to you. It echoed in the tunnel. That's a wind tunnel. We'll add this one to our tourist location. We're so close. Just get it done. Okay, is anything else in danger? We have enough food, although I don't love that number. We have way more veggies than we can currently use. think I'm just gonna sit on that for the time being. I guess we could bring in some fabric. All right, are we set up to store fabric? What am I looking at? My original warehouse. No, but I have room. Okay, what if we allowed some fabric? And we will buy some. And it might as well be relatively high. Okay, whatever, you guys can decide. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. The frame rate was garbage, yeah. Oh, come on, guys, you're so close. Just get it done. It's gonna feel so good when that gets finished. All right, let's start ramping this up so it's ready to go when we hit it. I feel like you should be doing more work. Are we cool, Mr. Janitor? You're hiring 3 janitors. I'm gonna trust that you're doing what you need to do. Was that one of them? And you. Walking to job. All right, let's see what you do. You're fixing a random piece of dirt road. All right, I mean, that is an important thing. Warming up. Fine. It is towards the end of winter, yeah. Man, that is a 1,000-yard stare. Holy moly. Biding time. That's not you telling me that you're doing a lot of janitor work. Also, apparently no one's dead yet, unfortunately. I see. Okay. Oh, come on. Yes! You did it! I need these 2 until this finishes, though. Can't tell for sure, but did people... I think it depends on the decoration. We definitely are not walking through our torches. Come on, Grim Faldra. Get it done. I can't get over the fact that it's just literally farts all the time in this cave. The wind tunnel. All right, now people are dancing. They're so happy that we're about to have this canal done. I'm even gonna speed up the game because I'm gonna sit here and stare at this till it finishes. Okay, now, do you tell me what we need? 317, if I'm to believe that screen. So we're at 50 with 2. So 250, 300, 400. We're gonna see this jump. We're at 50. Alright, somebody arrives. I'm not seeing the difference yet. We're only pushing out 50. What do I not understand about this? Pressure connected through pumps. Workers in the pump, their degrade determines current pressure. Their degrade. I don't know what that means. Okay, maybe they just need more time. Building is building degradation. Okay. I don't think we have any of that yet, right? Because you're like brand new. Yeah, 100%. Maximum distance that many people will get you. Okay. Let's try, we add up to 10. Okay, we definitely had a jump there. Okay. So, okay, there's both, so there's water pressure and distance. It's not, they're not one and the same. That is a new piece of information to me. All right, we're gonna need even more. Get me more. I may also just be very impatient. It may take a second for them to kick in when they're working on this. Okay, we're going a lot higher than I thought we were going to be. The 20? It does take time to update. That may just be it. I may just be impatient. The game handles well because the tick reactions aren't so hyper. That is definitely the killer of these type of games. That's what always kills RimWorld. All right, we'll be patient here. So remember, we're right at the nook. I want to go look at the building. Yeah, we've been adding more people and not really getting more pressure. Well, there we go. There we go. Okay, good. And good. Now, the question is, do we fiddle or do we just accept this as good enough? We are over the goal. All right, I'm gonna fiddle. We'll slowly lower that until I see problems. All right. Now, 100% moisture, 100% moisture, 100%, 100%. Okay, so that is making it good enough. Even though we have this one tile here that's definitely not fully moisturized. So 15 seems to be fine, actually. At least with this level of moisture in the area. This is drier. Preserve the veggies. The veggies are gotta go. It's time. We made the memorial garden. Yeah, alright, it's time. Farms, grain. This is gonna be a big chunky boy. In fact, actually, now that I look at this, I want to get rid of, not you. Smart remove those two. Okay, I think we can just build over it. Okay, farm. Green farm. Alright, so if I was gonna go 20, that would take me to here. If I wanted to do 24, that would be there. Alright, if I was gonna do a 24, okay, it's still not actually maxed out. Where does this max out? Okay, quite a bit bigger, but I couldn't water that. That's just not happening. So if we do this, bye-bye veggies. If I'm understanding how far this water was reaching, this should be 100% watered if we add another section right here. All right, let's do it. I'm in. And we do this, easy peasy. Except, no. I want to add that. There we go. Yes. All right, this should be really nice. I didn't double check the number of farmers that was. Shoot. Can I tell here? No. All right, we'll just go and build it. All right, we didn't optimize for number of farmers. I guess we could have by shrinking it over here a little bit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a separate little farm. I don't want that. Smart remove. No. That didn't add to my current thing. That did something on its own. Nope. Would you wish to refurbish? Yes. Did this not add to that? There we go. I don't know what that did, but that was not correct. There's a number to get the perfect water ratio. Can't remember what it is, like 16 wide. Really? 16? Well, we should be good. These ones were... I don't remember. There's no measuring tool, right? Whatever. These are, I believe these were 15s. Effective range is 12. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we're accepting that we are learning. We're accepting that we're learning. Not going to be perfect. That's okay. All right, let's mine that out. Boink. And really what I want is all the way to, let's see, there. You can measure with shift. Shift doesn't seem to do anything here. Ah, there we go. Right click. Oh, okay. I don't even need shift. I just right click. Okay, so just for my future, yes, it was 15. Thank you. We get there in the end. We get there in the end. I'm very curious to see if this water's going to be okay here. And if we're going to need to get more pumpers. Pressure connected system. 475 out of 321. So we should be fine here. And as much as I want to go queue up other things, let's just be patient. We only have 11 free people at the moment. So when this field finishes, we're going to have to invite more people. We're not going to have a choice about that. I really like games that let me build big fields and pull in big yearly harvests. Farthest Frontier did that really nicely. That grain field's gonna be 20 people. Nice. Yep. That still wasn't the biggest though. The biggest one was like down to here. That would have been a huge chonker, but there's no way I could have irrigated it. What we would need is we need to go longer this way so I could irrigate it. I mean, I guess you could cut out little sections, right? Like I could run a partial irrigation line down each one. Max fields, low irrigation. It's about efficiency, son. Gotta be efficient. And I just like the looks of it. It's kind of like in just any game that has like unlimited map space, like Workers and Resources, right? Like you literally have like, what is it, like a 30 square kilometer size, and I'm like, no, this one parking sign, I think I could get one more pixel if I just fix it right here. Irrigation grid blueprints and just put the farms in after. Ooh, yeah. So if I could figure out the ones I like, we could put that in. Yeah, that would be nice, actually. I wonder on these giant fields if it's worth including a dirt road for the amount of time that your people are going to have to use to get in and out. Maybe you just have a road at the end of the line. Maybe that's good enough. Because once you're on the irrigation grid, right, like the next most efficient place to build is right here, because I'm already 50% done with the irrigation. And really, even if I'm not going to go much further, we should do one more little field here. Or maybe we do a big one to take advantage of what we're watering. Oh, we could put our animals here. We'll put our animals here. We're also not making any more technology. So we need to up our scientists if we want more tech. But I have no spare workers, so yeah, we gotta wait. We're also gonna need more baking power. Not powder, power. Now I'm not gonna build this right now, but just out of curiosity, like, what is a max size one of these look like? Something like that. Okay. That's almost right. We'll make it a little janky shape. Yeah, that's enough out of you. Of course, now we get all this stone. I don't really have enough workers. Do I risk bringing in more people right now? We're gonna get another harvest. What's the grain look like? 472 left. Okay, so how big was this? This was a 15 by 27. 15 by 27. I'm not gonna be able to do that in my head easily. Compared to a 51 by 24. So this field alone should bring in like 700 grain, give or take. That's true. They could eat the stuff they don't like. I think you should be able to max out recruit when they stop coming. Oh, no, no, no. That would make me way too nervous. I'm not good enough to recover from bad things happening, I don't think. Not yet. We're gonna keep this nice and controlled. I do kind of like the idea of the onks though, but I don't know. I like the idea. I love games that let me raise sheep and make things out of their wool, but we're not good at animal husbandry. So we need some animal for meat, and if we're gonna do meat anyways, we might as well do aurochs, I think. Where can I see my map bonuses? Can I see that on the world map? It doesn't tell me. I want to know, like, what were my bonuses for this terrain? Is there a place I can see that? Death waves aren't quite as bad as banished death waves. Hey, Idius. More of the cozy builder, right in Babel's wheelhouse, except for when he gets murdered by the Clawman. I'm sure that is coming. I purposely am sitting at 199 right now. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need another warehouse. Do we surge right now, though, is the question. And I kind of feel like the answer is yes. Getting this done so that it's ready to go for next year. I think we're gonna surge. I have 71 free homes. I probably don't want that many. But let's bring some people. Let's do 230. You've been bestowed a new level has been bestowed upon your name. Pontix. Pontix is a Sixian for protector. A Pontix ensures the safety of their followers. And now that our settlement has grown, it's high time we put together a guard force. There are lots of people in our surroundings who might look to take what is ours. So we can build a training ground, an army supply depot, and a stockade. We also got an innovation and 10 knowledge. Okay, cool. Now, I would like to go up to 230. All right, and I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna let this finish. We can build the bakery while the food grows. We also got that knowledge. So, okay, I really do need to make a decision here. It also is going to depend on the soil quality, though. It's not just like 1-to-1. This is a little bit better soil qualities on these ones. This is a little bit worse, although I don't know if moisture affects that too, or if that's just a one-off. All right, Henry, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. Enduro Dragies says, hi, recently discovered your channel through your Dominions videos. Really enjoyed the rest of your content. Your channel is definitely a gem. Well, thank you, man. I'm glad to have you. Yeah, I've noticed like in the last week, there's been some like older Dominion videos that have been doing pretty well. Zephon and Tale of Immortal all had a little bit of a resurgence. Some people checking out older stuff. Still good, still good. Okay, I also see people walking across the canal here, so they can just jump across. Can I add just a single square? I want road. Okay, they're crossing. Where are you guys all crossing at? Like, kind of all over the place. What if we added... Okay, the answer is no. I cannot just place a random stepping stone. Okay, found the map marker. Click the up arrow next to the science icon. Okay. Titles, boosts. Call you Edu. Thank you. I will try. Oh, Edu Rodriguez. I was making it harder for myself by trying to sound that out. I got there. Is that short for Eduardo? Okay, I got this far. Where's the next piece? Shinosuke. Okay, wait, maybe this is it. Yeah, here we go. This is it. So, Interlodiant pastures plus 10%, Aurochs plus 25. No onks bonuses. What about cotton? We do have a cotton bonus. And we're better at cotton, I believe. All right, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put a poll up, and you guys can decide. Onks, cotton. Which do we do first? I do have animals that need to move, so if we don't do this, then we're gonna need to do some other animal. All right, vote now. $99.7. Come on, boys, we gotta get this planted. It's almost gonna be planting season. Reese says, woo canal. Yeah, woo canal indeed. We did it. It was a little painful, but not that bad. Also, let's continue to cut back on our workers. We're still overpressurizing. I don't think it was a problem with the number of people. I think it was a problem with Babel's patience. I was adding people and then expecting the water to move as soon as they got there, and that just wasn't the case. Also, would you guys do this road? Job is inactive. Why did I do that? How did I do that? What if it wasn't inactive? Have you considered that? All right, you know what? This screams I want a lamp. Yeah, that would look real nice. Yeah, just light this area up a little bit. There you go. Lamp. I think you hunt it. It shouldn't matter that we hunt them away. The way, at least unless I'm grossly misunderstanding that, when we build these, we actually use generic livestock. Like, remember when you were a kid and you could buy those little sponge pills and you put them in water and they'd grow into a dinosaur? That's how these work. We have Schrodinger's livestock in this little crate, and when we open it, it's whatever type of livestock we want it to be. So even though I've been farming the little not pigs, they produce sponge livestock that magically turn into whatever we want. It's a it's an interesting abstraction. That definitely, I see why he did it. It's an interesting solution to the problem. It works. Maybe that's just how it works in this world, Shinosuke. You know? You need food above 9. Yeah, it should come up. We're putting in a giant farm right now. I'm being really, really patient because I want them to get this fully constructed before I queue up anything else. And the next thing we need to make is going to be a bakery. Yeah, if we look here, we are consuming more. In fact, let's import a little bit of food. Let's stop exporting the meat that we had extra. Yeah, we don't really have anything I want to export at the moment. We could throw some wood away, but eh. Yeah, so I want... How do I say nothing? Nothing. No export. Take the person who works here out. And the imports, no more cloth. We're just going to bring in some grain. Actually, no, we shouldn't do grain. We should do some other food that we like if we're going to bring it in anyways. We'll bring in some eggs. Actually, hold on. Is there a price difference? 38 versus 58. Why are eggs cheaper than mushrooms? Holy moly. All right. Bring in some eggs. We'll supplement ourselves a little bit here. I have literally no idea how we suspended that. There are some pasture focused races. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what we've been hemming and hawing about this because we actually have a little bit of bonus to growing cotton. So it feels to me like cotton makes the most sense. But we also need to move some animals, and if we're gonna move them, we might as well ranch something. / I need to buy something with a tech if we're gonna use a different animal. So I kind of need to make the decision. But humans are not one. No, we are not. No, we are not. You need food above 9. Yeah, I got that. The ration maker. We did talk about the ration maker last time. Leave the veggies alone. Oh. Eric says 55 viewers and 9 votes. Democracy at its finest. Oh, that's pretty good turnout, actually. That's like a 20% turnout. We've got the youth vote. Okay, I'm gonna let people continue voting until I actually make my decision, so I'll leave that up. If you haven't got your vote in now, it's not too late. Okay, this did end up being a 15 farmer farm, so pretty darn big compared to these. Just going by farmers, that should be about 750 food if it was just pure farmers. And if we check our moisture map, okay, so we made this, let me remeasure. This was 24 wide, and we can see ever so slightly not watered well enough. A little bit in here, probably some drier squares, and not quite filled out here. I could bring some water, but I don't think it matters. Moisture's at 100%, so we don't need any more. So I think we could probably make this a little wider. Maybe we could make it like one more by 25, because all that matters is that moisture's at 100%, right? Then again, if we had a drought event, maybe that would be important that we have good water coverage. Again, I just don't know. I don't have enough knowledge yet. This feels better, I'll put it that way. Get about 50%. 50%'s about right, but maybe a little high in America for a presidential race, which generally is way higher voted than any of our other races. Hey, Mike Wold, how's it going? Hope everyone's having. All I wanted to do all day was get home and stream this game. That's about how my day went. Okay, why? Oh, you know what? That's what happened. I clicked this earlier when I was trying to find the measurement tool. All right, turn on all of those. All right, mystery solved. Okay, we're also gonna have some storage problems if I keep everything that's here. Opiates and herbs need to go somewhere else, really. Let's get another bakery in. Now, this bakery, what did we say this used? Shoot, I lost my calculations. If we use 50 grain a day times 16 days, that'd be 800 grain. Okay, so another bakery of this size would handle what we currently put in, give or take. And this is a 9-worker bakery. I think I want to do a little bit of future proofing with our next one, so I want an 18 to 20 baker bakery. By saying that 5 times fast. So we are going to refine some bread. All right, 7 by something. We want some ovens. And I kind of want the door to be on this side because it's going to be closest to there. Oh. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's a 10 baker. That's a 20 baker bakery. We need an auxiliary oven. And it can't go in here. All right, how big do we need you? 38. That's not big enough. So we're going to need more space. Okay, I can't make the auxiliary oven any bigger, and that's not enough. So we still need to add a tiny one. We're gonna have storage problems, I have a feeling. All right, there. Storage. All right, I guess that's not so bad. We just do this down the middle. Okay, that noise is killing me. Okay, I don't hate it. All right, and then we have a door in here, and then let's add another one. Yeah, like that there. All right, change my mind here too. There. Can I do one more? I can. Cool. Okay, this is actually one too big though. I could shrink this and bring those in ever so slightly. Okay, so auxiliary oven, no. No. Shrink. Wait, no. Shrink by 1. Auxiliary oven. Tiny auxiliary oven. There we go. And then I want door. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we are. That's what I wanted to do. And then I got rid of an auxiliary. Yeah. Okay. 20 employees, 100% efficient, 120% production. The foundation is not stellar. I don't think that's from a yellow, though. I think that's probably the terrain that we're on. If we add a column, that did help. Ever so slightly. I'll do it for looks. Do it. All right, that's going to be a construction. That noise is killing me in my right ear. All right, we also need to fix this storage problem. What are we storing here? Are we full? Could I move something? If I didn't store meat here and I just stored it in my other one, that would open up a slot. That'd open up 2 slots. Okay, and then we add herbs and opiates. All right, I think that solves it. And here, no herb, no opiate. More grain. I almost feel like I need a dedicated meat storage. What do you find most difficult to manage in this than any other game? I don't think I could really say yet. I'm still too deep into the learning phase of it. Yeah, if you force me to say something, I just don't know the ratios of like services to people yet. Like usually there's like a magic number, like, oh, you need 1 well per 50 people or something. And I don't really understand that system yet. Guarantee when flash alert, flash alert. What are we alerting? I think you have too many doors. Oh, that could be. I believe doors hit your insulation though. We'll check it when we're done building. I don't want to interrupt them. Maybe I misunderstood that. Usually it's insulation that starts getting dinged when I add doors. Throne being made of mud is a sign of a just society. That's true. I'm not counting for the increased harvest here, am I? Which doesn't seem to have gone up that much yet, but we probably won't see the full ramifications until next year. Yeah, so, okay. Other things I'm learning. I think I would make a bigger grain storage next time we do an area like this. Yeah, this isn't not going to tell us the full story. Right now it says we're going to get 183, which I don't think is right. Okay, we need stone. We have plenty of stone. Because the storming game is causing flashes. Ah, okay. Please watch responsibly if you have epilepsy, but I'm not gonna be zooming out. Check what warehouses need an upgrade. If only, might only be level 1 furniture. Okay, I haven't done any building upgrades. So, building upgrades. Not that. I have seen that somewhere. Overtime, inspect, days off. Where was that? Next, delete, furbish, list. Overtime, days off, auto employee, upgrade. Here we are. Some furniture and some wood. Okay, that's actually really not bad. Yeah. All right, let's click it. I haven't done that yet. What do you want for your next upgrade? Stuff I don't have. Okay, that actually helps a ton then. We could do that pretty easily. Is that just instant? That looks like that was just instant. Okay, we might go do some more upgrades then. Please combine the smaller farms. I'm not going to fill with the farms at the moment. Not at the moment. Does this game have a win condition? I don't think technically it has a win condition. You could conquer the world and declare yourself the winner. When your system can't handle the number of people you have. Song of Six doesn't really have magic numbers because everything's simulated. People need to actually go to the well, so everything matters. Even things like the type of road they're walking on. Yep, yeah, we were looking at that a little bit. It's fine. I don't care if you say it, Chinosuke. I just had literally no idea what you were talking about. The big text box. We got there in the end, people. Thank you for the help. Storage says it's poorly insulated. Ah, I didn't like that I added 2 doors. Okay, so on this one, refurbish room. And okay, I can't do that. How do I get rid of a door? There we go. Okay, now it's at 100% insulation. Also, new granary, or new bakery. Okay, if we did the same here, refurbish. Insulation is 100. Foundation, yeah. It's this thing I think is bad for foundation. That's gonna be a little bit of a problem. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. I don't want to employ 20 bakers either. Let's do 6. All right, what did we end up with? 229, but that's going to be a lot lower than what we're really expecting. Okay, these are a little higher, but not as much as I would have thought. We'll see how this next year does. Put a wall over the ceiling and we'll rebuild the door into a wall. Yeah, I was okay. I was able to use the door and then shift left click, and that seems to have also worked. Are we exporting? How are you working here? I thought we turned you off. Ah, the auto employee put you back in here. And actually, now that I just got done firing you, you're hired again because I need to sell opiates. We gotta cook. We gotta go cook. Okay, yeah, that made a huge difference. We can store 5,400 grain now. Okay. And that is so bloody cheap. I'm gonna go do that over here. And I'm gonna go do that over here. Okay, then that's really nice. That means I don't really need to build a bigger one. We could have done that upgrade a long time ago if we wanted to. Yeah, 5,400 grain. We'll be able to hold that for a while. No need to refurbish. Ah, I see what you're saying. Move everything. No, I'm just gonna have more bakeries. This one can scale up a little bit more. We'll run 6 for now, and then we'll add as needed. Because I'm gonna build more farms. Like, this isn't it. That also means I can store all that sweet, sweet stone. Okay. Let's bring our poll to an end here. What did we get? End poll. Which do we do first? 74% people say cotton. 19 votes. All right, we're gonna do cotton. Okay, then the next question. Then what do we do with our animals? Should we just unlock Oryx? We could use some leather and turn it into clothes, which we do need. And then we could also do clothes out of cloth. And we need cloth by itself anyways. I think we need leather for other things. I think we need leather for bows and armor, yeah. Okay. Oryx sound like the good plan. That's what I wanted to do originally. So some cotton. Some cotton. Are we gonna paste over the herbs? Can I grow herbs? We don't have herb tech. How are we gonna cook if we don't have herbs? Okay, library would need that. Okay, maybe we just don't sell the herbs, and I'll try to get the tech for herbs, and then we can replant them. Because I want to put a cotton farm up here. And I think we're gonna just do like a 15-ish wide one, and we're just gonna soak off of this water. I think that's gonna be my plan. Whoop. No, it's not it. You. Soil. Yeah, this isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. I could bring another leg of the water up if I wanted to. This just in, Shinosuke wants to wipe out local wildlife. Okay, I think we're gonna do that. So, not here, here. We need farms, cotton farm. All right, if we built all the way to here, that's a times 19. That would be too wide. Am I gonna bring water higher? Okay, this doesn't tell me the number of farmers. I gotta let go. All right. 9.185. That's not a great number. I don't love that. 9.844. 10.5. Okay, and then I'm gonna hate no matter which side I do it in. We'll do it over here. Start nibbling off the corner until we get down. And I probably should take this part. This is not going to get good. Okay, maybe I need to take this off first. Let's expand that, because this will have good water. All right, we can bring the water up here, I suppose. I'm trying to get as close to 10 as I can without going over. Okay, that one was a cotton too far. Okay, 9.990. I love that we go to 3 significant digits. 100% moisture, making 69, nice. Soil's not the best, so that's okay. Am I gonna bring the water up higher? I probably will if we're gonna put in a big ranch here. So the water could come up this side, so we could go bigger. No say, I can't look at it in this mode. I'm okay with this, I think. Yeah, it's just cotton. I'm just debating if I'm gonna go a little bit bigger up here. If I'm gonna bring the water up, I can bring it up right here. And then if we're gonna do a big ranch, we can supply some water to it, which will help. But that means there's gonna be water here that I could use for this. So maybe we do go bigger. If we went 15 here. That's the 20 that we did on the other side. Maybe we do the full 20. Yeah, let's do the full 20. I'm gonna bring water up here. I'll bring it across. 13. Okay, but I don't want 13 point something. That's a no. We'll bring this down to 13. There we go. All right. Let's just all be cranky about that. All right, water's gonna come up this side. That does mean I can have a road here. I want that wide road. I don't think I do. I think I want a 2 wide road here. I think I want a 2 wide road. I'll show you why later. Okay, and then we're gonna have this come up. We'll see if I want to do this. This is a lot of extra water pressure for not a lot of gain. We'll think about that one. We'll think about it. I don't want to build another pump right now, so I kind of want to make sure I have some room. Those patches of infertile ground is the sandy stuff. I assume you're talking about like over here. That's fine. It's fine. It's our first bit of cotton. It doesn't need to be perfect right now. Okay, while that's coming in, we're also going to need to make that into cloth. Yeah. Okay, so crafting, no, refining, weaver. Where do we want a weaver? I don't want to reserve this area for more furniture. Could go up here. Could also be more furniture. Put it over here. That's a long ways to travel, though. You're also going to need a warehouse, now that I think about it. And you're going to be moist. Could put it over here, but that's not really near any housing. We got the goods? Yeah, I did import some cloth. All right, let's not think about that. Let's do the library. Okay, and that was under admin library. All right, again, I have no context on how big you need to be. Also, let's build this stupid road before I accidentally even worse over here. We already bummed it up. All right. I'm just in for a penny, I'm in for a pound. Do it. Oh, that's gonna annoy the heck out of me forever. Okay, again, I have no reference for how big of a library we should be building. So I'm gonna basically just kind of sort of match that, and we'll go from there. So that was something, probably like a 13 by 13, maybe slightly smaller. Shelves and carpets. Scribe's work. Okay. That's a weird... That's a weird shape. Alright, so what if we did that? Okay, I mean, it really likes that, but then I couldn't get a door in. So we have a door in that one corner. 19 workers, and I could probably get... Let's see if we can fit, like, one more. But you can do that. That's a weird allowance. Let me do that over here, too. You would. Okay, weird. Alright, then we need some carpet. How much carpet do we need? Well, we're gonna need a lot of carpet. Oh, we gonna need a lot of carpet. Okay, let me fix the problems. So if we put one there. Fine. Do I plan on conquering other cities this run? I don't know. I don't know. Originally, I planned on doing this today and Wednesday. People seem to be enjoying it, and as am I. My schedule's going to be a little wonky for a couple weeks while I'm off on Christmas vacation. My goal over Christmas break is to beat Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know if we'll get it done, but I want to put a good chunk of time into it when I'm not working, so we can do some kind of long streams, hopefully, and chunk our way through it. We may work some of this in. We may just pause it and come back to it. We'll see. I don't have a 100% plan decided on that yet. Okay, can we do this without having to change sizes of everything? We need carpets, carpet, carpet. Carpet. 95%? We can do it, guys. We can do it. 96, 97, 99, 100. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna finish putting carpet in that spot. I feel like this is ridiculous. I have no idea if it is or isn't, but I feel like it's ridiculous. Plus 22 knowledge? That feels like it should be good. Our foundation's at 98%. I think that's okay. And we'll have a door there. Very tight security on this library. It really is ridiculous. The ridiculous library. Not to be confused with our respectful graveyard. We're doing it. We're doing it. Absolutely no context. I also hate this, that this is off by one yet again. We get bonus torch right there. Okay. That's it. This road's got to go in. This is driving me absolutely bonkers. All right, let's just overstock on trees again for a while. There you go. Oh, thank you, Owen. Yeah, I've been enjoying this quite a bit, actually. A little bit of a surprise for me. It was something I've been meaning to get for just freaking ever. But it's complex enough that I kind of wanted to wait till it was closer to release so I didn't have to relearn the game 100 times. And we seem like we're a patch or two away from that within like a year or so. So, more wood. Yep, always plenty of wood around here. Don't you worry about that. Okay, here's another spot that should probably get its road, so I can not mess that up like I did over here. Alright, what do we know for potential problems? The amount of ob jobbers you have is currently not a problem. No rooms currently have severe problems with workload. You do not currently store any goods in excess. You are currently not hoarding too much wealth. You're not spending excessive resources on technology, but remember to make sure you're getting the most out of your allocations. Your services are properly dimensioned. Thank you, game. Alright, 8 days of food. I'm still not confident enough to bring in more people. Okay, estimated harvest 1.15k. Okay, here we go. Now the water kicked in. When the H2O hits just right. 451, 418, 447, 337. So not quite double, because we were getting like 270 out of this. But like 50 something, 60 something % bonus with that water. Okay. And now with the upgrade, we have enough room to store all that. But it also makes me feel like we're gonna need some more people baking. That was really a glowing review. Oh, I hope it was. I hope it came off that I'm having fun and that wasn't sarcasm. Do the farms keep growing during winter? We seem to do some of the work in the winter. I assume that we're either like tilling or I don't know, we're turning over winter crops, like cover crops or something. This is just the estimated year harvest. It'll go down throughout the year, I think, as like there's various droughts and missing work, etc., etc. Now, we do need to be careful when this opens up that I don't let 20 people rush inside there. Replace some apartments. So we don't have any apartments. Do you mean longhouses? I don't think I'm gonna retrofit any of this stuff. I think this is just gonna be a lesson learned. I think that I'm just willing to let that be for now. We have a lot more space still. Found that fishing is a good source of food during the winter. For now, I'm mainly focusing only on foods that the humans like, which is the meat, the bread, and then at some point, eggs and mushrooms. If I wanted to, I know some people would be very happy if we supplemented with some fish, but they just don't like it. I just don't see the point in spending workforce on a food that we're not good at harvesting and we don't like, when I could put more workforce into things that we are good at harvesting and we do like. Okay, I'll tell you what though. What if we refurbished this vegetable farm and we expanded it? Because there's no reason not to use the territory or the land here. There you go. We'll expand the victory garden. Simba said I heard fish. Even if a given race likes a certain food, they're actually happy with more variety. How many pieces of food add to the variety bonus? You're covering the road. Oh, thank you. Yep. Time out. Thank you. I should probably not plan new things at night. That probably is a bad plan. Okay, that's fine. Now we're not. Thank you for the catch. Literally all of them add a variety bonus. Only the food the race likes counts. Oh, a little bit of civil war here. I would assume it's only foods that you like. That would be what my gut tells me, but that's literally just gut. If you plan on having other races join, lizards like fish. Lizards are way too hostile to other peoples for me to want to bring them in. Yeah, the lizards would absolutely hate it. Pop gets hungry, randomly picks one of the like types and tries to eat it. If they can't get that, they eat anything else but get unhappy. So right now, McKitten, are you saying that somebody could decide they want an egg and there's no egg, so then they're sad? So I have a 50-50 chance that they'll pick a liked food because I'm missing half the likes. Okay. I'm with you. That makes sense to me. Also, we probably should go in and check at our... I think I'm willing to give them more furniture. Let's see what we can do there. Also, I'm willing to turn the fabric on now. And I think I'm willing to turn the pottery on. So everything they want except for jewelry. We'll see what that does. It's never a bad idea to get globians. Those are the little pig dudes, right? They could farm for us. I'm just saying. Okay, we are working on the cotton farm. We got some ways to go. Those are the lizards. No, the lizards are aberrums or amphibians. Amphibians. Is the unhappiness compounded with a lack of food as well, or is it the same? I will say, in my little test game I was playing after stream last night, I did play with the lizards. They do seem kind of cool. They really like fish. They really like fish. They also like round buildings though, and I hate that. I like good, square, stout buildings. Simba, you're kind of making me regret that I didn't do a salmon fillet for dinner. I have some little individual packed salmon fillets frozen. I get those out and I broil them, or not broil them. When you cook things in boiling water, my goodness, my brain. Poach. I poach them. No, poach. I got there in the end. Unfortunately, it's just farm grown Atlantic salmon. Nowhere near as good as like wild salmon. Like 50%. I love a good barbecued salmon or smoked salmon. You can kind of cheat round buildings by deleting corners. Yeah, what I usually do is I just add little like weird sticky points coming out at different parts. It's kind of an interesting look, but I mean, you can't beat the efficiency of a square. Lack of food overall starvation is different. They'll eat anything to not starve, but the food satisfaction only comes from liked types. And I suppose we could investigate that more if we went into here and we went into that B. Here. Food preferences. Okay, and 45% would make sense, right? If they like 4 things and I'm providing them 2 of them, we would expect this number to be give or take 50%. So that does kind of check out. Food preference. Every race prefers to eat certain foods. Each time a subject wants to eat, it craves a full meal of a specific food resource, selected randomly from among their preferred foods. If the subject is successful in finding it, food preference will go up. If not, it will go down. This mechanic only works when the subject visits a food service room, not when eating off the ground or in a warehouse. 1 point for Mick. Food days. So we would be happier if we were storing more food. Just FYI. So that's another spot we could easily get that. We also would be happier if we could eat a little bit more. We also need more clothing. Yeah, coming soon. Yeah, unfortunately I have 2 big jobs queued up at the same time. That was a little bit of a mistake, but I think I'm just gonna own it. Okay, we are still over pressurizing. I'm just gonna slowly weed that down. Don't restaurants have I assume that you get the happiness from your food and a separate bonus for eating in a restaurant. That's probably a service, right? Yeah, restaurant. We would like some restaurants, I think, if I'm interpreting this correctly. So I think that could fulfill two different things. You could get your food and get that, and then you also would get a bonus for eating at the restaurant. Although, apparently our people would prefer to get food stall. If I'm, again, reading that correctly. Skinny dipping is 69. Nice. We could also use a couple more benches. Okay, that's a very doable fix. Where's the historic first bench? There it is. You know what? We haven't had any benches over here. These people deserve a bench too. All right, there you go. There you go. There we go. You can look at the beautiful fire. The people demand benches. We will have a bench for every man, woman, and child. Humans and street food. Name a more perfect duo. You guys better just be chilling and not being sick. I think we're starting to get a little bit of a sickness problem. Just FYI. Have we had anyone die yet? No. No, we haven't. You build a beautiful graveyard and no one wants to visit it. Permanently. Also, I don't know if we're ever gonna build this house. Maybe. It's a relic of an old era. Alright, you know what? We could upgrade this. I feel like this is such a cheap upgrade that not doing it just feels wasteful. No deaths, there's no alerts. Okay. Yeah, that's true too. If you have a graveyard and you don't have anyone buried there, is it actually a graveyard or is it just a park with a bit of a morbid twist? I've heard that disease gets very bad in this game. We have a very small population, so I think that's what's keeping us nice and safe. Okay, a little bit of laboratory issues over here. That one's looking okay. Hearth? Looking okay. Water? Okay, still having water problems over here. I don't know what's up with that. Put maybe a little pond over here. I mean, this costs like nothing, right? Yeah, we're not having warnings, we're not having problems. I'm gonna let it be. Invite a few. Fill up the graveyard. What do we need to upgrade the furniture mode? Probably a tech, if I had to guess. Advanced carpenter and metal. Yeah, we're not close to that. I do kind of want to build another one, if I'm being honest. We don't have the pop for it, though. I need to kind of see what our food's gonna do, and to do that, I kind of need to let the harvest come in. Yeah, we only have 481 grain. Are you importing those eggs? What's the deal here? Oh, I'm not storing any soap. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna do one less click of grain. And we're gonna do one click of eggs. There we go. We're just gonna import a few. Have I had any crimes? There's been people complaining about it, but I haven't had any warnings, so take that how you will. The food stall satisfaction is probably capped at 45% until you upgrade to tier 2. Okay, good to know. What do you take? Refined tastes, which is an upgrade we can actually afford. We have those things. I think I need to be picky about what we're unlocking right now, though. And it's gonna be the animals. Okay, let's make the animal decision. We did the cotton, so onks are out. I think we're doing oryx, but on the other hand, oryx don't provide eggs, and we need eggs, and we don't need that much leather. We could do hunters doing leather. What makes eggs? I actually don't know off the top of my head. Which animal is it? And do I get meat from them? It's the lizards, right? You probably don't love it here. Globian pasture. Eggs and meat. You probably like it where it's warm though, right? The lizards are good. Yeah, the lizards would be good. We're not inviting any lizards. It's not happening in this one. The lizards do lay eggs, I can confirm that. Because they build a hatchery for your population building. Okay, so hold on. We learned that we could do this arrow, and then we could look at Goblin. Okay, well, there's no penalty. There's no bonus either, but we like eggs. And we like meat. It feels like the perfect animal. All right. Who wants to be in charge of the lizards? We're gonna do lizards. I think I made a command decision. We're not voting on that one. I'm mask off, full despot mode. We're blazing lizards, and I don't care what the people want. Where are you at, lizards? Globalin domestication. Cost me 8 innovation. Gives us a pasture. For Rx, we're just not the right people for him. If we needed the leather for more things, we could go that route. I'm doing it. We're doing it. Command decision. Command decision. Anyone who doesn't like it gets fed to the lizards. Okay, now, I have some livestock stored, so I don't need to take this apart yet, but then I think we will take it apart. Okay, so. Lizards. Am I right? Lizards. You need... I assume you want moisture, right? Moisture. So we have water here. I'm kind of thinking we might try to moisturize this field really heavily. And all that matters is moisture, not soil. So we should put this somewhere that has bad soil if we get the choice. This is kind of good soil. So maybe we don't put them here. Although good and bad kind of mixed together. Maybe we do them over here. That's also pretty good. Oh, okay, this isn't the best. And we already have water over here. I kind of like this. Okay. I'm kind of feeling it. All right, what's a max size pin look like? Okay, that's really hard to see. Okay, that's really hard to see. This would be a max. Here, let me go to pause. Okay, that would be a max size field. Now, if I did it in this shape, we couldn't moisturize everything, although it says 100%, so maybe it has enough water. And if it doesn't, we could bring some water down and around. Has a little jank here, but I guess that's okay. Wait, so now you're becoming a despot? Always was. Are humans even good? We're not good, but we're not bad at it. But we like eggs, and I don't know of any other place to get eggs. If you can't be woken up once in your life with wakey wakey, eggs and bakey, what are you living for? Like 6 minutes. Well, the map thing says that it's at 0. I could be totally wrong, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn about lizards. Get in the bus, Arnold. We're learning about lizards. Putting a door here, and we have a lizard hut. I'm actually gonna make a couple. In case our lizards get cold, they can go into their little lizard huts. 99, 100. There you go. 665 wood. Oh, well, that'll put a dent in that stupid wood. Buy some smooth stone to upgrade your shade. If I do that, Jimmy, don't I need smooth stone to upkeep it too, though? I'm catching up in chat here. Enlightened monarchy is what we are around here, Shinosuke. Could we make it ourselves? If you're talking about smooth stone, I just don't think we have the tech for it yet. Okay. We're doing it, boys. Hey guys, I bought a lizard farm with all of our family money. There you go. I didn't even check how many workers it was. It's a lot, I'm gonna guess. Okay, back to normal. And let's get off this. I really wish I could right click when we're in this mode to turn off the filter. Okay, we're still hovering at 9 days of food, which I'm not loving. I'm not loving. We could raise this, although I don't think we have the grain currently to do it. So I think we just need to be patient. 20.1. Okay, hang on. Let's shrink that ever so slightly. That's stupid. That also is stupid. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. There we go. Yes. 20 on the dot. Thank you for the catch. Will that need another warehouse? Another warehouse probably isn't a bad plan. And actually, we could double dip with the repair supplies I was talking about. There you go. I couldn't have said that better myself. Maybe another depot in here, and then if we had to, we could use it for surge grain storage too. How many days of food do we have? Right here shows our food. We have 9 days. If we look here, we're barely making more food than we're eating. We're making about 15 more than we're eating. So, not stellar, but that's not a great indicator because I think that's tied to bread production, not grain production. So to make that go up via our grain, I need to hire more bakers, but to have more bakers, I need a grain harvest to come in. This next one's gonna be a wowzer. Although this is down to 960 already. Yeah, I'm expecting 2.5K-ish, something like that. Absolutely love the readouts this game gives. It's a little hard to follow, to know where to find it, but once you get it, it's everything. And that can be the case totally in a lot of games. Like, you need to learn the language of the game. Like, I found that a really, really interesting topic, actually. People were talking about a lot of gamers have been gaming since gaming has been around. So we just intrinsically know if I am playing a game and there's a block with a question mark on it, I jump up and I hit my head against it and something will happen. But that's because we understand the language because Mario taught us that. Or you understand that, like, okay, I have a pick. That means I could probably hit something and get resources out of it. And yeah, that sounds logical, but to somebody who's never played games, it doesn't necessarily fit. That's why sometimes, like, people are like, oh, this game has such a long tutorial, it's so stupid. The reason is they're trying to teach people who don't have video game language. Like, there's a whole thing about symbols, like, okay, your health bar is usually green, but things that heal you are usually red. And you know that because but then when you take damage, the damage is in red. But we know that because we've been playing games for so long. it's a really interesting thing. I'm very fascinated by that. There's a book that I wanted to get. I never got around to it, but it was about that. I can't think of what it was called. Need coffee and shortbread. Make that too, please. There's a number 4 next to the skull. Did we finally have... Oh, it's raiding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? Crackpot Rundaya at large. 5 soldiers. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, you know what? That reminds me. We did unlock soldiers too, didn't we? We probably should get somebody in here. We also unlocked Stockade, apparently. A place to securely hold apprehended criminals. How would we apprehend them? Do people at the stockade arrest people? Army supply depot. Needed to supply armies on the world map. Okay, we're not doing that yet. But a training ground would probably be a good idea. Where subjects are trained into soldiers. Okay, let's finish the current projects, but military has rapidly jumped up in priority. As is a weaver. Yeah. Archers are amazing. Alright. Can you... Okay, hey, can I do horse archers, or I guess they would be lizard archers in this one? I do have a soft spot for horse archers. I believe you need a guard post. Okay, I don't think we have guard post yet. Yes, you can do horse archers. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you. Little bit of step rating going on here. Alright. Alright. Stockades will arrest people. Okay. Maybe a stockade wouldn't be a bad idea either. When did they add cavalry? In the patch that just happened a couple days ago, Owen. We're in, Riders of Doom patch, I think it's called. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. Yep. Yep. He reworked the combat a little bit. I can't really comment on it because I'm brand new to the game, but I think it's a little more Total War, kind of, sort of, like old Total War. Somebody with more experience will have to comment on that. Okay, let me ask you another question. If I'm playing Lizardmen, do I just want to have random canals through my city because they like being near water? I kind of think it'd be cool to design a city that has, like, a canal down the middle of all of our roads. We could totally do that. And we'd have to spend a lot of people on pump duty, I suppose. Yes? Ooh. What? I will say one of my favorite units in Warhammer Fantasy is Lizardmen Cavalry riding Cold Ones. They always have sucked in Total Warhammer 3, but I still like them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright, what is the holdup over here? Furniture. Yep, it is a holdup. How are we not doing that? Oh, because we haven't cleared yet. But we're still out of furniture? Oh, I let them put it in their homes. Okay. Hey guys. I know you really like furniture, but we're gonna pare that back a little bit because you literally ate me out of house and home. And you don't even have full stock. You're at like half. Humans freaking love furniture. I've learned something today. I feel like we need 2 more of these. I'm not even kidding. Guys, I think we need some more population. Like a lot more. We're still just floating 9 days of food. Okay, this needs to get done. What can you use as mounts? I think they're lizards. They're right here. War Beast Pasture. Breeds the mighty War Beast, or Bindolin, as its proper name is. War Beasts can be used as mounts for your soldiers. Do we have any on the map? I don't think our map has any. No, I'm not seeing the icon. Oh, there it is. There it is. Is it you? Yeah, War Beast. It's whatever this thing is. Sounds an awful lot like a cow, but it looks like a horse on the icon. It's this thing. Okay, come on. Come on, you bums. Get to work. We need that furniture over here. All those stupid trees in the way. Looks like a rhino? Well, I'll buy that. War rhinos? I'm down. I'm on record as saying I think humans in history were far too lazy. We could have had so many more exotic mounts. Where's my ostrich archers? Where's my heavy rhino cataphracts? My amphibious crocodile cavalry? People just aren't even trying, is what I took from history. We could have tamed woolly mammoths. We could have done it. We chose not to. They were too delicious. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll resurrect woolly mammoths from the dead so that we can ranch them and eat them. Finally. Okay, temperature's rising to extreme level today. Make sure we have ways to cool down. We do. How sad am I that I didn't add more of those? Apparently not too sad. Looks okay. How you feeling, actors? All the world a stage? Workload 100%. There are 3 people watching their play. Okay. Due to us being squishy? Well, that's the attitude that made us not get woolly mammoth cavalry. That's all I'm saying. As a note, have not had a single low temperature warning. I think it's clear that you won't have cold issues. Yeah, I think we're high enough, and like it's like the very tail end of winter, it gets cold here. So it seems like we're okay, but we definitely do want to have it. We do see people go there once in a while. Not everything can be like Dominions. Well, not with that attitude, it can't. Is there a dead guy lying near the theater? No, he's just sick. This is what Gad does. He just comes into the park every day and just pukes in the middle of it. That's just Gad. Okay, we are planting our first cotton crop. We're also not storing enough stone. I kind of need to fix that. I really don't have a way to fix that. All right. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. No, I don't. I'm waiting for other things to finish. I don't want to pull more furniture that I don't have. Now that we're done with this, actually, and we only have 1 spare worker. All right, we need more people. And I'm gonna chance this. I'm gonna bring in a few more people. A few. We'll bring in 20 more people. We just don't have enough. We just don't have enough. We're gonna run out of grain here. I think we need to start importing some grain too. We're still not getting eggs. I don't know what I did wrong with this. I guess we just don't have the money. Okay, and we've exported all of the opiates? No. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What? Why no export? Whole source. Get it from here. It might be too far away is what I'm thinking. I need to be very careful with this food situation. Hover your bar over the bar with the icon. This one right here. At the export shop. Okay, what about it? The dwarves might not have eggs. Oh, are those dwarves? I guess they are. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, these are their exports. These must be their imports. Or maybe I'm reading that backwards. I think you're right, though. I don't think they have eggs. So I guess we would just import some grain. Okay, two things going on there. Let's change this to grain. I know we were getting some because we did some importing earlier. And I want you to just import grain as much as I can afford for now. You, yeah, I have the bar minimized. Okay, he went and got some. I think he just didn't want to go that far. Yeah, that's the problem. I moved the opiates to here and it's too far away. Okay. We're learning more about logistics of the city. This weird split, little painful. I wish this village maybe was here and the farms were maybe there. Okay. We're learning it. We're learning it. One thing I remember from playing this game a while ago is that you can either get mushrooms or eggs because of climate. The mushrooms only grow in the north and the globulins flourish in the south. Don't the mushrooms grow underground? I'm kind of surprised that the terrain matters that much. We're gonna find out if my despotic ways were correct about our lizard friends. Soon, TM. We'll learn about him soon. Dwarves would fill. If I was gonna get a second race, some crafters would be nice, but I don't want to play with that yet. I'm not comfortable with the dynamics there. We're just gonna do humans for a little while. Okay, we are still over pumping, but only just. I think I'm gonna leave that alone. We have a lot more water we could pump. Probably another 2 or 3 fields worth if we wanted to. The mushrooms won't grow well in warm temperatures. We seem to be in a relatively cool spot because we haven't been getting heat waves. Or no, warm spot. We've been getting heat waves, not cold snaps. Game is built around trade. You either need to buy, or better yet, your subjects produce me. Yeah, that does seem to be the case. Oh my goodness, how are we 2.5 hours in already? Alright, we're so close. We only have about half an hour left. I'm gonna suck it up, and I'm just gonna move to water. I'm like an injured dwarf. Or I guess a Brit in this case. Oh, a creek. Man, time flies when you are having fun. I literally was like, have I hit the 1.5 hour mark yet? I feel like I need more tea. Okay, we need cloth. And I gave them all the cloth. Mistakes were made, builders. Mistakes were made. Yeah. No more cloth. Mistakes were made. Okay, we need that weaver spot done. But I also don't want to stop this until it's finished. We're committed. Let's go into turbo. I'm not going to build anything else until this finishes. Yeah. Weaver, military. Weaver, military. I can't get any free people, so building the military building wouldn't help me anyways. No, I didn't yet. It's on the to-do. We've been doing a lot of really big projects, so it's kind of held us up a little bit. Did you guys just not plant that little piece? Alright, and the little memorial veggie farm is working, so there's that. Interesting that the veggies come in earlier than the grain does. That makes sense, but that also means that we get a little bit of food earlier. We're still treading at 9 days, and we must have bought a little bit of grain because we have some. We're all right. Do I have any weapons or armor unlocked? No, I do not yet. I am sitting on some points, so that may be something we'll do. Once we get this in, if this works, we could bring in some leather via our hunter, and we could switch our meat over to this. And we have a few weapons that somebody gifted us. We have not unlocked or made any. Okay, here we go. Another major project getting done here. And we're gonna slow this down because I don't want 100 people to get immediately employed here. Nope, nope, you're not finished yet. Keep going. Get to work. Oh, you can't build. Right. Oh, we were. Oh, we probably took the cloth out of the market. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, so. Oh, you want leather? Maybe we're gonna have an Auric farm too. Maybe we'll have an Auric farm too. Because now leather just came up twice in like the same paragraph. Okay, for now, nobody can work here because I have no leather. Yeah, but I need my hunter. It's food or leather, right? I can't do both, and I'm sketchy on the food at the moment. That's why I need to see what this is gonna do. All right, get in there, you bums. Make 2 hunters. Could. I think I would rather have the hunter do leather than do meat, if we can. And if we can't, then I think we'll get the Aurics, and we'll add them in here too. Leather isn't bad, but punching with anyone but bugs will be rough. We have, like I said, we have one little stack of weapons to get us started, but we're definitely going to need to make some. We have these flanks. Yeah, somebody gifted us. All right, here comes the grain. Almost 1,000, 350, 328, 300, 351. Okay, we definitely are going to be able to store that much. I also think it is time to surge the bakers. Double bakers. Let's bring this down to normal speed. All right, I'm not worried about starving now, but I am worried about this getting finished. All the materials are here, we just need people to do it. Get to work, you bums. Makeshift weapons is 5 research. Okay. Yeah, that I saw that somewhere, Jimmy. Isn't what I understood was 15 hunters is like the sweet spot, and we're at 16 currently. Uh-oh. Protection? Authority be praised, my lord. You and your town have the pleasure of meeting me, Milla Lecter. We have come from far away in order to help you out. Maybe you haven't heard, but there are some bandits out there that are conspiring to take what is yours as you read this. Let us help. Soldiers have to eat, so we ask you kindly to ship us some supplies in order to keep the peace. It's quite the bargain. Yeah, so we're getting extorted here. Our scouts report these people have about 5 soldiers. Paying them the sum is a safe bet. Declining might lead to trouble. We have 1 day to decide. They want 2,000 wood. I actually don't really care about that. I do kind of care about the food, though. That's most of our grain. There's not much we can do against this, though. We don't have any soldiers. That's gonna really hurt. That's gonna really hurt. I don't care about anything but the grain, really. They will mess you up. When you hit 200 make soldiers, well, too bad. All right, we're paying up. Lovely stuff, thanks. You're gonna be on. I'm capturing your picture there, buddy. You're on alert there. Paying the Dane gold, yeah. Next time. All right, well now I'm a little worried, but we still have half our harvest still out in the field. We'll be okay. We're just not going to be good like we were a second ago. Okay, the lizards are becoming more and more important. Swarm. Get them built. There's 4 other bands which will extort you. Yeah. Yeah. What do lizards provide? Meat and eggs. 2 of our favorite foods. We like meat, eggs, bread, and mushrooms. Take a look at mercenary mechanics. Where do we see that? You can recover. Yeah, I'm not too worried. If that was all of our grain, we would have been in big trouble. Okay, construction's at 99, 100. Okay, now we're gonna go take this out, I think. Well, then again, we just had a food problem. Maybe we leave this alone for now. We'll come back to taking that out. All right, so we should see all of our livestock brought over here. We could slaughter all. Okay, lizards are being delivered. Apparently a lot of... Oh no, those are people, not lizards. 59 lizards will live here at some point. You guys gonna go get the livestock or not? Just not planning on doing that? Yeah, we shall see. We shall see here. I very much dislike that nobody has gone and got those, but I guess that's probably these guys right here. Walking to a job. I think he's carrying livestock. We'll see. Is this the legendary lizard delivery? They're having a foot race. It was. Old Leash here got second place. World map army. Okay. Next time that comes up, we'll fiddle with it. Although maybe we should look at it now. Okay, world map armies. I assume that would be recruit. This seems like my own army, so I'm gonna say that's a big no. Nope, not that menu. Factions. We have a trade partner, realm. Inbound. Go back to armies. It's those 3 icons. 3 icons. In recruit. Ah, one of these ones. Recruit. Join mercenaries. Hire mercenaries is instant, and they equip, feed, and replenish themselves. They cost credits to hire and require credits in upkeep. And if we were to click that, you look ridiculous. 82.8k. That's a lot of overkill compared to what was coming towards us. Initial, oh no, the initial cost is 82k. We have 13 coins. Noted. Noted. That makes me think about the beginning of Disco Elysium when you're like, here, $83 or 83 real, and he's like, no, that's 83 cents. Open trade with more kingdoms. All right, we got work to do. We got work to do. I also need some more people. So we don't have a choice on that. We need to bring in probably 15 people. All right, get to work, people. Yeah, we're going to be working on getting more livestock for a while. That's okay. You guys can bring some more in. We could do some small-scale trading. Yeah, I did do that before. I just don't have anything really to sell yet. Stone and wood, I guess? Maybe, vaguely? Okay, our next project is the Weaver shop, though. We're working. We're still working. We're not done. It's fine. Refining Weaver. I never really did decide where this was going to go. I'm kind of thinking over here now. We'll put it in another warehouse. Maybe it could help by also storing the meat. Some trading depots, and we could also store trade goods so we don't have that problem again. I kind of like that idea. We can build a couple more trade depots right here. I think I've talked myself into it. All right, Weaver, what do you know? All right, let's start big and then we'll shrink it. Start with something like that. Loom. Not that big. Okay, if we did that, 6, 12. I have a feeling that's not going to work out. Maybe 12 is okay to get us started. Auxiliary loom. Yeah, I have a feeling. Okay, that's not too big. And then we have some storage. Everyone likes small storage. I hate small storage. All right, there you go. All right, give me a door here. And a door there. Okay, 100% insulation. Foundation's almost 100. That's just because we're building it in a bad spot. We only have 100. Yeah, that's true. They did clean out the wood. Is it actually gone, or do we just need to go pick it up? It's actually gone. Suckers. We gave them all the bad wood. All right, well, let's go ahead and put in a couple more roads there. Maybe it's also time to do some forestry, but then again, we're having people problems. All right, we'll just go ahead and fell tree. Let's actually chop near where we're gonna store it. That's just way less work. Start exporting clay. Maybe. I mean, instead of that, why don't we just increase our pottery, and then we could export pottery. We could take some of that away from them. That's another thing. Maybe we got a little too gung-ho here with giving people goods. Half pottery rations. Cut areas where you'll build houses. I don't think we're building any more houses over here. I suppose here's probably where more houses are going to go before anything else, but there's not a lot of wood here. Yeah, I'm okay with chopping over there. All right, we're working. 16 out of 59 animals. It's going to be a hot minute. Definitely need money. Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Yeah, we've sold our opiates. We could sell off the herbs. I still don't have a ration making place. Let's sell those off too. And also, let's actually stop importing the grain. I think we're going to be okay. If we need to save up 83,000 coins, we're going to have to tighten the belts a little bit. What are you guys doing? Oh, just finishing that little bit of field? Okay, that's fine. You're making more clay than you need, so it's good to export the extras. I could, like, instantly eat that clay up, though, by just employing, like, 2 more people. I don't know. It feels very bad to me to export raw resources. I'm not that desperate yet. I'm sure that will come back and bite me. How much does stone sell for? 8. $8. Right now, there's no road that connects to the road by export. You are correct. I don't think that matters, but we could put the road in. It's gonna be this one. Yeah. This whole area was badly designed. I thought this was gonna be like 3 houses and a warehouse and a bakery. And then this happened. So, mistakes were made. Okay, yeah. Keep building that road, buddy. What are you waiting on? Just work. Ironically enough, kind of sort of limber. This game needs so much. Yeah, I will remind people, I am new, so your advanced strategies with foreknowledge about tithing and conquering things, I'm not there yet. So you'll just have to be patient. You gotta let me be on the struggle bus a little bit, and we'll get there. I think after tonight, I will have 10 hours played. Are there infinite resource generators? There are, like the clay that we're harvesting here is infinite, to my knowledge. We do have a stone, like we could go over here if we wanted, wherever this stone deposit is, and that would be infinite too. But you have to work it, that's the thing. And like you can see, this is very labor intensive. Feel free to use more stone. That's true. We could make more stone buildings. We did talk about at the beginning that humans like the stone buildings a little bit more than they like the wood buildings. That's also true, Gray. We can use technology to be more efficient. Which, again, that's just a system I barely touched on. We already know that we probably want another animal. We already know that we need some weapons and probably armor. So that's probably going to eat up what little technology I have at the moment. I don't think we have not unlocked better roads yet. Yeah, I have not done the road unlock. That's 5 points. For anyone who didn't see, this is the big tech tree. And we have unlocked a couple things here, but I don't fully know the system, but essentially it's not you click it and you're done. You click it, but you also have to pay like knowledge upkeep to do it. We did talk about these roads. Paved roads, I think, are people like more than the cobblestone, although I'd have to go double check. That would probably be a good investment of our stone. We have a lot of walking between our 2 areas. Even if we just did this little highway piece, that would probably be a good investment. Do we have any ore? We have ore, but I'm not collecting it. It's this stuff, I think. Ore deposit. Yeah. Which apparently is in the mountain too, which we'll have to dig out. That's a big ore deposit though. So there's at least something. Want to get some haulers? Yeah, another like to do. I definitely learned a lot more about the logistics. I would think this through a lot differently. I think I almost would want for this town, for example, a granary and some bread. I would probably want a meat and cloth and export depot. And then I would want a local goods warehouse that will have repair supplies, furniture, cloth, wood, the local foods, and just a tiny amount of each. And then we would have a main depot that would ship it to that one. So, lessons learned, lessons learned. The spears are makeshift. Okay, good to know. I think we can also make like makeshift hammers with pretty easily in the furniture thing. Yeah, this right here. Actually, I guess we could make wooden. Okay, but no, we can't do that one. Wood and stone for a spear, makeshift weapon, or we could do wood and stone for a warhammer. What is stopping us from doing what, Droog? We only need about 20 guys to hold off the bandits. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. Wood is back in stock. How are we doing over here? What are we waiting on? Wood and okay, just deliveries basically. We're having to carry this a long ways. Oh, just time and effort, space. That is very pretty when it snows in this game, isn't it? That's a nice snow effect, actually, too. Does having a militia piss your neighbors off? No idea. No idea. Right, people are still making deliveries. Just a little bit more wood. And we are chopping pretty aggressively. We're up to 17 animals. We're going to be at this for a while before it's fully functioning. We're still at 6 days of food. I don't love that, if I'm being honest. We are positive though. We're just not storing it very quickly. Yeah. What do we need to build the training thingamabobber? Stone and furniture. All right, I'm willing to plop that. So I think we're gonna make. I don't know how big I want this. 10 or 20. Thank you for the input there. I'm kind of feeling this spot. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, this is like the maximum size. Training dummies. I don't know why that doesn't work like that. Okay, we can make a double. This would be 13 dudes. Okay, so we could do up to 26 if we did 2 of these. And then we can shrink this building like that. Apparently there's no efficiency things. So we would just have doors. I love having that just right in my ear. That's just perfect. Okay, 100% insulation, 26 stone, 33 furniture, some lumber. Okay, I feel like 26 is a fine number of people who can train. I have literally no context, so there you go. We talked about 10 or 20 soldiers. That'll do it for us, I assume. Yeah. We can surge with this, and we don't have to employ everyone at the same time. This building's like dirt cheap, so I'm not too concerned about that. That'll keep us good for a while. Go to your militia and remove additional troops if you don't want more. You're talking in here? I have literally no idea. Okay, we'll look at it again when this gets built. Roberta Optum. Biding time, human scientist. Remove all but one squad, keep it at 50. It's an awfully large squad. We don't have 50 weapons, does that matter? I'm still waiting on some wood. Don't they have teeth? That's right, Synthel. That's the attitude I'm looking for. I think Synthel, I think you just became the militia commander. I like that go get 'em attitude. The training will train 26 and then train 26 more. Okay, so we need to remember to turn it off, I guess. No weapon is better than no troops. I have a feeling that things are going to be a bloody business relatively soon from the way this conversation is going. This game I'm interested in getting. It looks interesting. Synthel, if you go to Steam, you can get the demo. And I think the demo's the full game just one patch ago. And there's also a Steam sale on right now. Not sponsored, TM. Yeah, what I really like about it is when I get good enough that I'm comfortable doing multiracial cities. Sounds really interesting to me. And or the slavery mechanics. Just, everyone needs to be patient. Paddle's learning a new game. I'm not ready to jump into those advanced things yet. We are still making a little bit of livestock, so that will help populate our lizards here. Just add water, and they'll pop in. I consider the game to be fantastic, and everyone should give it a try. I mean, you can't go wrong with a full game demo. That's all I'm saying. Stockades are actually important at 250. That's another thing that we need to probably do. One of the things I took from that dev interview I was watching, I liked that one of the things he said was he tried to solve the problem with city builders in that most city builders have an inverse difficulty curve, meaning you start and it's really hard. And as soon as you're through the early game, you're just coasting on easy street. So far, that seems pretty successful. It seems like every time I feel like we've solved things, a new thing comes in that we want to do. So that's a good sign. Okay, we are building up a little bit of pottery and also a little bit of furniture. We could sell either one of those. Let's sell off a little bit of furniture. All right, so okay, export workers will only priority fetch when at least 5% of the warehouse crates are filled. Okay, that seems fine. I don't want to go too crazy because I do want to keep a pile around for my own use. But we also do need to make some money. We made 5K, so we are making money. Bad Glory says, it's nice when you change the guards to not need armor. Was that like a early game difficulty, getting armor for your guards? That's the bar I wanted you to look at. Ah, I gotcha. I did set that earlier. It's wonky now because we did the warehouse upgrades. I had it set at one point for whatever we were working on. Some factions have leather and others don't. Yeah, I noticed that when I was playing the Lizardmen last night, they like to decorate their homes with leather and not cloth. Workload is low. Sure does look low, but that's because we don't have all the lizards in here yet. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good though. I'm feeling pretty good. We got a plan. We're working on it. We have some science points, so we will be able to unlock those things. I guess we could unlock the makeshift weapons now and start making a few. Maybe that would be a good idea. Is it better? Do we make spears or do we make warhammers right now? They both need makeshift weapons. All right, let's go get makeshift weapons so I can see what I need. Makeshift weapons. That's not going to be a civic. Military. Soldiering. I feel like that's an upgrade. Archery, fortifications, lab, archery, drilling. None of this looks like it's makeshift weaponry. I do know about the search bar. I just want to learn where things are at. Refining. Mining, new. Husbandry, new. Crude crafts, I bet you that's it. Workshop employees, no, that is an upgrade. Crude crafting tools. Tools, carpenter, pottiers, tailors, okay, no. Falcata, that's the weapon he gifted us. Smithy, papermaker, bower. Okay, makeshift weapons. Okay, that's a little weird. I feel like that should have been up here. That's a little weird, I won't lie. That is never... Pin the tail on the donkey is never going to work via chat. That is never going to work via chat, guys. Not only is there about a 3 to 10 second delay, you all are at different points of that delay, and some of you are probably not actually even on live. You're even further back from that. So that is never going to work. That is hilarious, though. Okay, we will take makeshift weapons. I'm going to just peek around here. Now, I do remember reading somewhere that this is a really efficient upgrade. But then again, I don't have any people, so maybe that's a moot point. Refining. We could learn mushroom farms. Guards. Okay, here's another one. We may need to think about guards in the near future. I do also like the idea of the paved roads. I think that's a good investment, and we're drowning in stone right now. We're going to do roads too. Unlocks world, small town. Allows us to build more powerful regional centers and exert more control. Okay, we're not to that yet. Health. Loving subjects, a police HQ. Okay, that's way beyond what we're doing. Fancy markets. Okay, I think we're out of here for now. Let's take what we just got. We can herb farm would be another good one too, yeah. I sold off all my herbs though, so moot point now. Can you make shields? I have no idea. Not in this building apparently. Okay, so let's do a run of these. What are we thinking? Are we thinking warhammers or are we thinking spears? What do you guys think? We're gonna do a batch of one or the other. How are we not getting enough furniture here? Oh, because we're not done with the walls. Okay. Fine. Did spear, you can equip shields with spears. Warhammers are two-handed. Drew gloves a good warhammer. Spears form up the hoplite. You get more spears than warhammers for the same resource. I like your frugalness. I'm in. Okay, so let's change your recipe. Let's make some spears. Let's get a box. So I'm gonna go one less wood. Is it just any spear, I guess? Cool. Shields, Apana, War Beast, leather armor. Okay, we'll just work on that for now. The tailor makes the armor. Okay, that is rapidly approaching. As rapidly approaching when we get around to finishing this, which we'll do after we finish this. We also only have 5 free houses, so that's going to need to happen too. I'll definitely say this game has the hamster wheel. Like, it's just like, oh, I need this, so I need that, so I need that. That's good game design. That's really good game design. When it keeps you engaged like that, that you're just like, oh, I want this, I want that. One thing after another. We've already produced a spear. The first one. Okay, we're finally getting to work on this. All right, Senthil, have a good one, man. Yeah, thank you for the well wishes on the luck. What are we up to? Oh my goodness, we're over our 3 hours already. I'll tell you what, I want to get this done and maybe the Weaver. We'll go a little over time. Too much to do. Too much to do. Okay, now let's pause. What do we need to do to make this not do that many people? Because we don't have that many people. Let's have you do like 5 at a time right now. All right, and then we were going into here. Okay, so there's multiple divisions. I don't want that. Disband, yes. Disband, yes. Disband, yes. Okay, so we have 1 division. Edit. Okay. And we're gonna want 10 to 20 people, let's say. The amount of days it will take to train this division. Okay. And we want... Where's my makeshift? Warhammers. Spears. Oh my gosh, you don't need 60 spears. You can have 20 spears. I think once we're stable again, we should unlock iron processing. I don't think I have the people for that. We have a lot of basic things we're not doing. I feel like we need to be doing clothing, pottery, more furniture. Basically, all the stuff that our market can distribute. I feel like we should be distributing that. And to do that, we basically just need to flesh out our current industry some and do some ballooning. All right, hopefully I understood that menu correctly. Now that we're making weapons are one of the better. Okay, that could be. We could trade those instead of some furniture. Again, though, that kind of makes me want more furniture shops. Pretty drastically would like that. All right, how are we doing over here? We are finally getting to work. This is the weaver, which will make cloth. So I feel like we're gonna put in a warehouse here. Cotton, cloth, clothes, armor, leather. I feel like we need a warehouse here. And we're gonna use this one. Nope, let me out of there. That's not how I wanted to do that. Room copy you. I think we're gonna point that way because I'm gonna make this kind of the trade plaza for now. Yeah, I have learned a lot about city design already in this one. There are some things I would definitely do differently next time. Okay, warehouse for the things I mentioned. Hopefully they will focus on this first. Don't buy food. I already turned off the food buy. Wish this game... Yeah, I know. What is it with games never letting us have bronze? In Dwarf Fortress, I always have tried to make a bronze fort, and it's nigh impossible to actually find a location you can make it yourself, and it's just not good. So... I'll build it. I think we're gonna have a weaver back here. I want this kind of close to the imports and exports. That's my thought process, at least. If you want to buy wheat, you used to be able to tool rush them. Stabilize food with tool enhanced farming. This is a game where I learn a thing and restart ice. Yeah. One of the benefits of streaming is it forces me to actually play through, because I'm the same way. Every time I learn something, I would have restarted and be like, oh, I should have put the warehouses there. Okay, let's restart. And I would do that over and over and over again. So, one of the benefits, I suppose, of making content, and then having all you guys to teach me. And very kindly. Very rare that we get people that are being particularly rude or anything, which I really appreciate. Like I always say, I don't mind people sharing opinions as long as you're not getting mad at me because I'm not doing what you're saying or demanding that I'm doing something. A lot of times I will take the knowledge, I will accept the knowledge, but I need some time to process the knowledge. This old man can be taught new tricks. He's just not fast about it. Yeah, it's okay that they're working on it. Okay, but I do need to change this because we don't have enough workforce. So, Weaver, you can have like 2 dudes right now. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, that's fine. All right, then what was our other holdup? It was food. It was food. All right, where are we at on the food problem? We're out of grain to make bread. It is spring. It is spring and we are out of grain. That's not great, if I had to pick. Okay, let's go do a little bit of hunting. Did you guys ever come back? You sure did. All right. Let's go hunt all the sheep. That'll also give us some excess fiber. That's not going to be a full solution, though. What else do we have around? Nothing that's really within distance. Okay. Yeah, not within distance. We may need to buy some grain. I'm very strongly considering that. We're out of grain. We can reduce the clay. We have made a nice stockpile of clay. All right, I think I agree with the clay. Temperature is rising to an extreme level. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's pull 5 off the clay. And I think I'm gonna put like 2 more into pottery. Yeah. Okay, spears, how we doing? 18 spears. Quite a few low fertility mountain dwarf starts. You need to buy and have the production and trade for it. Very slow and rough. We can reduce. I guess that's another fair point. Your map conditions are also going to change. Your map and racial composition is also going to change things quite a bit. Yeah, that's actually a fair thought. When is grain harvest? Yeah, it's autumn, late autumn-ish. It's poverty and sheep mushroom farming. Don't threaten me with a good time, Jimmy. How does irrigation influence crop? Well, you get more food for having the crops in there, I assume. They need the moisture. And so do the animals. Okay, I think I'm gonna import a little bit of grain. I'm a little too nervous about that. So give me some grain. Let's just keep it at like the lowest tick I can do. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Blame the barbarians. 29 furniture needed and some wood. Yeah, I really wish we had a road right here. People keep cutting through here and it's not ideal. Okay, bringing back dead animals. We're going, yeah. Yes, I do know why we're going through it faster, but we also doubled our production before we got robbed. Remember, we lost half our harvest while we were harvesting. We would have been fine. We would have been fine. And we are, I believe we are going up. We are going up, but slowly. We could consolidate the bakers. I mean, we could. What's the difference? They're grasshoppered. Yeah, we still really need a couple more recruits. We also need more houses. Yeah, I definitely noticed that, like, when I go below, like, 20 odd job people, I really notice that. Like, I really notice when we slow down. So right now, 20 to 30 seems to be the sweet spot for my workforce. Ant style? I gotcha. Used to give a flat fertility bonus, now I think it increases. Yeah, it would be moisture bonus for sure. We could see that here, because my farms were at like 70% moisture, and now they're all at like 100. My farms are moist. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about this central warehouse idea. I'm feeling it when we're building things, having to go back and forth here. Maybe we make a central warehouse down here or over here. Oh my goodness, and we're already way over time. All right, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I would much rather play, but we're gonna let this warehouse finish. We're gonna go turbo. We're gonna finish this warehouse and then we're gonna call it. Because I could play this all night, and I would much rather do that than go to work. But you know. Unfortunately, bills and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the spiel while we're building ourselves out here. So if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to leave a like on that. It really does help me. I know everyone says it and it's corny and whatnot, but they say it because it's true. The way YouTube works, it's just very helpful to the algorithm and having it try to show it to new people. If you're not subscribed, I've earned your subscription. We had another one of those wonky days the other day that really annoy me. Where I guess YouTube's going in and cleaning out old accounts or whatever. If you want to go above and beyond, you can always join me live for a super chat. Consider leaving a super thanks on a VOD. You can check the Patreon out in the channel info, and you can become a member here on YouTube. As a member on YouTube, you have early access to games that or videos that I'm working on in the background. Usually that's been Dominions, but it's other things that I'm working on at this time. And you can also link in the Discord. The Discord's free for everybody, but if you're a Patreon or a member, you can get into the file channel. In the file channel, you can find things like the island maps that we generated up in Dominions, Turn Zero Shadow Empire maps, so you can play along with me, and things like that. And that'll keep increasing as we have other things. I don't think there's anything from here I could share, but if there was, I would share it. Like the stream, people, do it. Do it, please. Thank you very much, Shinosuke. All right, I'm not going to play us out with this because they're taking too long. So I'm going to have to call it there. We will be back on Wednesday with some more Song of Six. And then post that, I'm not 100% certain. Like I said, we've got Dominions on Friday. It's the, I don't want to call it the finale, but it's the finale of Late Age. We're going to do Lemuria. The pregame video for that comes out tomorrow. Be ready for that. And then I'm not sure on the schedule yet, but for the then following 2 weeks, streams are going to be a little weird. We have both holidays, and I'm on vacation, and we're going to do Final Fantasy Tactics pretty heavily in there. That doesn't mean that's all we're going to do. We're still going to do Dominions. I may try to mix in a little Song of Six since people seem to be enjoying that at the moment, but I do really want to focus in and try to get that beat while I'm off on vacation, because otherwise it would be like months of streaming to actually finish a game like that. So that's the goal. That's what we're going to try to do. The Lemuria medal is get Coalition and die. Yeah, well, you'll have to watch the pregame and find out. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. Hopefully you had an okay Monday. Have a good Tuesday, and I hope to see you on the video tomorrow and then on stream on Wednesday. All right, Babble out.